Morning, Perrin here.
Oh, it's me, darling. How are you?
Not too bad. Haven't slept a wink. Otherwise, fine.
It's about Mother, Reggie.
Oh, yes.
Are you still there, Reggie?
Yes, still here, darling. Yes.
She's not at all well.
Oh, dear.
Are you still there, Reggie?
Yes, still here, darling. Yes.
But she's got to go into hospital.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
So I'll have to stay over another day.
Yes.
You'll have to cancel the dinner party
Yes.
and put the CJs off.
Yes, I'll tell you what, darling. Shall I cancel the dinner party and put the CJs off? Yes, I think that'd be best, yes. All right, bye-bye. Take care of yourself, darling.
And you,
Yes.
darling. Have a good day at the office.
I won't. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Ah, shame.
Oh, blast. Have you any tissues, Reggie? Ursula's forgotten mine.
No, sorry, Peter, I haven't. No. You can use my Greater Manchester Development Plan supplement if you want. No, I will not put the CJs off. I'll have some fun instead. I will not cancel the dinner party. I'll just cancel the dinner. Dinner party without food. Very good. Yes, excellent. Dinner party without food. Excellent. Morning, Joe.
Morning, Mr. Perrin.
Yes. 11 minutes late. Overheated axle at Berrylands. Take a letter, would you? To the traffic manager, British Rail, Southern Region. Dear sir, despite my letter of Friday last... I see you... That's right, cross those lovely legs.
What?
Despite my letter of Friday last, I see you have still taken no action in the matter of the late arrival of trains at Waterloo. This morning, my train arrived, as always, 11 minutes late. It is rapidly becoming apparent to me that you are not only not competent to hold your job, you could not even run a game of strip poker in a Turkish brothel. It should be obvious, even to a retarded hamster, that must make that Belgian hamster, will you? Retarded Belgian hamster, that all of your trains should be retimed to take 11 minutes longer. P.S. During the pollen season, Peter Cartwright's sneezing is rather offensive to those who, like myself, are allergic to sneezing. This morning he blew his nose on the Greater Manchester Development Plan supplement, a sound enough environmental comment, but not a pretty sight. Why don't you divide your carriages into sneezers and non-sneezers? Anything wrong, John?
No.
Oh, by the way, John, I'm giving a little dinner party tonight, without food, at 8 o'clock. Yes, I've already invited some people. Would you invite for me David Harris-Jones and Davina Letts-Wilkinson from Custards, with her custards, and, oh yes, my uncle, Percy Spillinger Towers, Abbingham. Yes, if he doesn't put the cat among the pigeons, I don't know who will. I shan't invite you, Joan, because I like you.
Hello? Yes, he is. CJ.
Morning, CJ.
I want to see you, Reggie.
Yes, certainly, CJ. Well, any time this morning will suit me best. Certainly, CJ. Seeing CJ, 2:30 this afternoon. To the general secretary. Yes, come in.
Mr. Perrin?
Yes?
Campbell Lewiston, German Sales. CJ told me you'd like to see me the moment I arrive.
Really? How extraordinary. Well, we all make mistakes. Yes. Yes, well, when exactly would you like to see me?
Yeah. Oh, well, CJ, I thought, well, any time this morning would suit me best.
Excellent. See you 4:30 tomorrow afternoon, right? Yes. To the general No, Joan, I've got a feeling I've seen that chap somewhere before. Yes. To the general... Joan,
Yes, Mr. Perrin.
you have lovely breasts.
Oh.
To the General Secretary, Sweetening Additives, Dental Decay Research Council, Abscess House, Bournemouth. Yes, sir, thank you for your breasts of the 20... I'm sorry, make that guidelines. Would you thank you for your guidelines of the 29th breast?
Come. Reggie, there you are.
TJ.
Sit down.
Yes.
Yes, especially pleased with you, Tony.
Great. Sorry, TJ.
You're going places in this firm sooner than you think. Great. Thank you, Davina. Thank you, Tony. Careful of the chairs.
Thanks for the invite for tonight, Reggie. Gorgeous.
Good.
Yes, now, Reggie, I want you to make a speech on Friday at the British Fruit Association seminar at Bilberry Hall.
Oh, my God. Wonderful, CJ.
Some fellow was going to talk on improvements in kitchen hygiene, but he's had to cry off with food poisoning. I want you to talk on the role of luxury desserts in a competitive industrial society.
Oh, my God. Wonderful, CJ.
I've decided on the title for your speech myself.
Wonderful, CJ. Oh, my God.
What?
I'm sorry, CJ. I meant to say wonderful out loud and oh, my God, to myself. Oh, my God.
The title of the speech is, Are We Getting Our Just Desserts? Reggie?
Yes, CJ.
Are you sure you can handle this speech? You seem to be losing your powers of concentration.
It's just not sleeping too well, CJ. I don't think I'm losing my powers of... what did you say?
Concentration!
Changing room.
Changing room.
Yes. I just remembered where I'd met Campbell Lewiston before, CJ. We were at school together. He bit me in the changing room.
Campbell Lewiston?
Yes.
Are you sure? I find that odd. I didn't get where I am today biting people in the changing room.
I imagine not, CJ.
Now, about your dinner party this evening, Reggie.
Yes, CJ.
Reggie? Mrs. C.J. and I are looking forward to this evening immensely, but I must warn you that Mrs. C.J. doesn't see eye to eye with our piscine friends. Fish!
Yes, CJ, absolutely. No fish, no meat, nothing.
I hope this doesn't upset any apple carts.
No apple cart. No, sir, it doesn't upset anything, CJ. No.
If you don't like something, you don't like it.
Very shrewd observation, CJ.
It's no use kicking against the pricks.
No, CJ.
Neither Mrs. C.J. nor I have ever kicked against the pricks.
I imagine not, CJ.
Send Harris Jones in, will you? Goodbye, Reggie.
Sorry, CJ.
Oh, come in, please.
Hello, Reggie.
Not at all pleased with your present work.
Sorry, CJ.
Come on, David, Davina, come on in. There we are. Well, how splendid to see you. What a lovely dress, Davina. Yes, shows off the best legs in the convenience foodstuffs industry. Yes. David, please.
Thanks. What a gorgeous room.
Yes, isn't it?
Your wife must be so clever.
Yes, please help yourselves, help yourselves.
Thanks. Gorgeous.
Yes.
How many people are coming?
5.
Super. This is welcome. CJ gave me a grilling today.
CJ's a pig.
Yes.
Who else is coming?
CJ.
Why didn't he tell me? Just like a man. This dress isn't CJ at all.
CJ's the last person in the world I want to see. Hello, CJ. Nice to see you.
Here we all are. I think everybody's here now. May I introduce everybody? There's CJ, Mrs. CJ, Miss... Oh, yes, you know each other. Davina Letts Wilkinson with from Custards, and David Harris Jones, and my uncle, Percy Spillinger Tires. Yes.
We met in the drive. He nearly knocked me down. Oh, I say, what a lovely pair.
I like your pictures. Are they Scotland?
The Algarve. I didn't get where I am today without knowing the Algarve when I see it.
Quite right, CJ. I buy them from my dentist.
I once bought 6 sets of false teeth from a muletto greengrocer in Marrakesh. I thought I might meet a chap one day, lost his choppers. They'd be worth their weight in gold.
Yes.
Well, this is nice.
Yes, isn't it?
Yes, looking forward to this, Reggie.
Yes.
No lunch today.
Yes, and no dinner tonight. Yes, I always think the secret of a successful party is the right mix of people, don't you? I'm sorry Elizabeth can't be here. Her hippopotamus isn't well.
I know just how she feels.
You've got one, I see. Yes.
I hate being ill. Makes me feel so ill.
Yes, quite.
I say you haven't half got a sturdy pair of pins on you. Fancy walking across the hayfields with me?
I think the weather's looking up again.
Yes?
You're talking too much.
Mrs. Spillinger had pins like yours. We buried her at Ponder's End.
Another drink, anybody?
Well, I thought...
Yes, you do say the wickedest things.
Olive, Mrs. CJ?
No, thank you. No, I must leave room for what's to come.
When it comes.
If it comes.
These little mats are nice. There's some kind of a bird on mine.
Oh, green woodpecker.
I once bought a stuffed woodpecker at Chipping Norton.
I like a nice relaxed get-together, don't you, Mrs. CJ?
Golden eagle on my mat.
What's this on mine? A hedge sparrow.
You know a lot about birds, Davina.
I used to go out with an ornithologist.
Lucky fellow. He wouldn't need his binoculars to see your knockers.
Yes, very good.
What a lovely vase.
There isn't a vase in the room, woman.
Yes, well, I thought as it was such a lovely evening, I thought, the garden.
Oh, eating in the garden. Well done, Reggie. Shall we bring our drinks? My glass, I think. Well, Reggie.
There we are, it's a lovely
I'm
mild
so
evening.
hungry I could eat. Lovely garden, Reggie. Somebody's got green fingers.
Yes, indeed. Yes, well, shall we go into the dining room?
The dining room at last! By Jove, I'm hungry now. See the garden first?
This is the dining room.
Supper.
I thought you'd like to see it.
Very nice.
Yes.
What a nice table.
Yes.
Super.
Well, it certainly isn't supper.
There isn't any. Yes, I might as well tell you why I've invited you all round here and I'm not going to give you anything to eat. I think we live in a world where we're far too greedy and there isn't enough food to go round. What you would have had this evening would have been liver pâté, sole meunière, guinea fowl in red wine, lemon meringue pie. Instead, I'm going to send a cheque for £20 to Oxfam, all right?
What a lovely gesture. Gorgeous.
Yes, and you would have all had to invite me back, so you can all send a cheque for £20 to Oxfam as well. Another drink, CJ?
Oh, no, wait a minute. You don't like a word, Reggie.
Hello?
Hello, darling, it's me.
You've just woken me up.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I just rang up to say the evening went off very well.
What went off very well? You cancelled the dinner party, didn't you?
Yes, I cancelled the dinner part of the party. Yes, what I mean is my evening at home went off very well, that's right, yes.
What do you mean?
Well, my reading a book and watching television went off very well. It was a great success.
Oh, good. I'm very tired, darling. Night, night.
Yeah. Good night, darling. Hello, Dolly. It's me. I've just rung up to say I'm sorry I woke you up just now.
You've just woken me up again.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I'm sorry. Very sorry. Oh, it's me, darling. I hope it's not too early. I couldn't sleep a wink. I just rang up to say I'm sorry I kept waking you up last night.
You've just woken me up again.
I'm sorry, darling. Yeah. No, my God, I'd forgotten all about you. Come on.
What happened?
don't remember any of this, do you?
No.
I said have another drink. You had another 7.
7?
Then you asked CJ for the last waltz.
Oh, my God.
And that was before your trousers came down.
My trousers did. I don't suppose there's a greater magister development plan.
No. Sorry, Peter, no. David, let you have my face found, if you like. David Harris Jones, Peter Cartwright, Peter Cartwright, David Harris Jones.
My trousers came down.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my underpants with a picture of Beethoven
Yes,
on
we
them.
know.
What did CJ say?
He didn't seem to, perhaps.
Oh, good.
He was more worried about Uncle Percy's suggestion you were probably a puff. Morning, Joan. 11 minutes late, defective axle at Wandsworth. Yes, take a letter with you, Joan, to the Walloon Raspberry Commune, Bruges. Thank you for your letter of the 17th ult, explaining the reason for the mushiness of your early raspberries. May I point out that this is the 3rd time in the last 3 years, I'm going to make that the 4th time, Joan. This is the 4th time in the last 3 years, and that this has occurred. Late? She's never late. Can't be ill. Take a letter, Joan. Certainly, Mr. Perrin. Ready when you are, Mr. Perrin.
Come in. Joan. Come in and sit down. Feeling a little chesty? We'll soon have you examined.
It isn't about me, Dr. Morrissey.
Oh, pity. Oh, well, can I get you something to drink?
Oh, thank you.
Would you like cough mixture, cod liver oil, syrup of figs? I've got quite a nice little mouthwash.
But I don't think I will have a drink after all.
Oh,
It's about Mr. Perrin, Doctor.
yes.
Well, do you know what's wrong with him?
Yes, I do. Middle age, exhaustion, boredom, anxiety, self-disgust, misery, sense of inferiority, dislike of industry, dislike of instant pudding, 25-year itch, fear, insecurity, frustration.
What can we do about it?
Haven't the faintest idea.
There must be something I can do.
You could try being a little nicer to him, I suppose. That might help. I see. Are you sure you want a little chesty?
No.
Let me examine you anyway. Go on. Do a cartwheel for your uncle. Go on. No. Joan, don't worry about Reggie. He's brought things to a crisis. That's good.
Is it?
Oh, yes. If I know anything at all about medicine, it means he's over the worst.
No, you really must go a little more slowly, Mr. Perrin. You expect far too much of me. Oh, you've noticed, yes. Well, I had it done specially for you. You like it? Good. No, I haven't got a boyfriend at the moment, Mr. Perrin. Well, I like you, of course I like you. You know very well I've always felt that. I've always... You know, John, I've always felt very worried about you taking a dictation in this chair here. So I was just testing it while you were out to see if it's comfortable. Is it comfortable?
Yes, it is
yes,
very
good,
comfortable.
very good. Will you carry on taking dictation in this chair? Very good.
CJ.
Oh, morning, CJ.
I want to see you, Reggie.
Yes, certainly, CJ. Straight away, it suit me best. Certainly, CJ. Seeing CJ straight away.
Come. Morning, Reggie.
CJ.
Sit down.
Thank you, CJ. Sorry, CJ. I suppose I ought to apologise for last night.
Nonsense, you had a point, even if you had an odd way of making it. I am human, you know.
Yes, of course, CJ. Yes, you're very human.
But I'm also old-fashioned, Reggie. I like my employees to have moral standards. For example, I didn't like that dress the Letts Wilkinson woman was almost wearing last night. That sort of thing encourages hanky-panky.
Yes, CJ.
We aren't one of those dreadful firms where people can engage willy-nilly in hanky-panky with their secretaries.
Certainly not, CJ.
Neither Mrs. C.J. nor I has ever indulged willy-nilly in hanky-panky with our secretaries.
I imagine not, CJ.
And I'm worried about Harris Jones and his fancy underpants. Send him in, please, Miriam. Do you think he's a pansy?
Oh, good Lord, no, CJ.
Never felt any stray fingers around your nether regions. Oh, there you are. Come on, in, sit down.
Thank you, CJ.
All right, David. Cigar?
No, thank you, CJ. I don't smoke cigars.
Uh-huh. Girlfriend doesn't like them, eh?
I don't have a girlfriend, CJ.
You went to a boarding school, didn't you?
Yes, CJ.
I wonder if you're cut out for this kind of life, David. Perhaps you'd be better off running a boutique, or a wine bar, or a hairdressing salon. There are plenty of opportunities open for the gifted homosexual.
How dare you suggest that I'm a homosexual?
Sit down!
Yes, CJ. Sorry, CJ.
Why does the suggestion that you're a homosexual annoy you so much?
I've nothing against homosexuals. In fact, some of my best friends. No, very good. It's just that I'm not one.
Fair enough. Reggie?
CJ.
Perhaps you would like to deal with the rest of this.
Certainly, CJ. Yes, you see, David, what CJ is wondering, and he does have a point.
What?
Yes. What? Yeah, sorry, what CJ is wondering, David, is whether it is right for an executive of this firm to wear underpants decorated with the face of Ludwig van Beethoven.
Exactly. I didn't get where I am today wearing underpants decorated with Beethoven.
I should have thought a man's underpants were his own affair.
Oh, you would you? Well, we'll see Webster's. Send Webster in for me.
You see, David, well, what CJ feels is that although it is generally held in this country that an Englishman's underpants are his castle, and that under our constitution they are deemed suitable and innocent until proved guilty, there could be occasions when that may, in a traffic accident, for example, when that may, or a sex orgy at a bugged hotel in Omsk, where that might not be so.
Come. Ah, yes. Now then, Tony. Reggie would like a word with you.
I'd like a word with you. Yeah. What would you say if I asked you to show me your underpants?
I'd assume there was a good reason for it.
Would you mind showing us your underpants, then?
Not at all.
Plain blue, excellent choice. Splash of colour, not inconsistent with executive dignity. Great. Well?
Oh, all right. I admire Beethoven. I was in Bonn. They were 73% terroline and reduced.
There's nothing more to be said. Thank you, gentlemen. Stay behind, Reggie! Well?
Oh, if you insist, CJ, certainly.
No! Sit down.
Sorry, CJ.
You didn't enjoy that, did you, Reggie?
I thought it was ludicrous, CJ.
Yes. Well, you should have said so. Are you frightened of me, Reggie? Do you regard me as some kind of monster?
Of course not, CJ.
You all right, Reggie?
Yes, I'm not sleeping too well, CJ.
I'm worried about you, Reggie. I'm watching you closely. Goodbye, Reggie!
Mr. Perrin, it's 4:30.
Well?
Don't forget you're seeing Campbell Lewiston then.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, you remember I said I'd seen him somewhere before? Yes. We were at school together. Little pig bit me in the changing room. Oh. Yes. Come in. Oh, Campbell Lewiston. Come in. Yes. Have some coffee, Joe? Yes.
Mr. Perrin.
Do sit down, Campbell Lewiston, you little twit.
What?
How are things in Germany?
Well, we're beginning to make headway. Some of our mooses are holding their own in the Rhenish Palatinate, and the flans are cleaning up in Schleswig-Holstein.
Oh, good. I may be able to get a bit of sleep now I know that. What a stupid face. Yes. And what about the powdered bakewell tart mix? Is that selling like hotcakes, is it?
Well, not too well, I'm afraid. Oh, like hotcakes, very good.
Yes. And the tin treacle pudding proving sticky, is it?
Very good. Treacle pudding sticky. You're a bit of a wag.
Yes, I am, and you're a bit of a... Yes, Campbell Lewiston. I remember you very well. Campbell Lewiston, E.L., Rutting Stag College, small bore rifle team.
Good Lord, of course. Goofy pet... R.I. Perrin.
Yes, you've done very well for yourself, you little squirt. Yes, thank heavens for small bores. For small bores get bigger every day. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I really must congratulate you on the work you've been doing in Germany, Campbell Lewis.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Remember the day you bit me in the changing room, little swine?
But you in the changing
Yes, you've
room?
done awfully well with the... I'm sorry, you were saying?
No, sorry.
You've done awfully well with the flans in Schleswig-Holstein, and what we'd like you to do now is pave the way for our new exotic ice range. Mango Delight, Fig Surprise, Strawberry and Lychee Ripple. You'll find all the facts you want in this brochure here.
I can't believe it. I've never bitten anyone.
Now, initially, we were... I'm sorry? You never bit... I thought you... Initially, we'd like you to... yes, I had the tooth marks for a fortnight. You know, I told everybody that my first love bite.
Love bites?
Initially... I'm saying... You were saying? No. Initially, we'd like you to try out the exotic ice creams in a typical German town. Are there any typical German towns?
Well, all German towns are typical. Is there any particular way you'd like me to promote the ices?
Still breaking wind all the time, are you? Yes, all you were good for in those days. Everybody used to say, Campbell Lewis stand a better chance of hitting the target if he ate a tin of curried beans stood with his back to it.
I didn't come here being insulted like that.
Right, I'll insult you like this, then. You don't clean your teeth properly, slovenly sod.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I think I'm the bloke in charge of the Exotic Ices project, and therefore I am the bloke in charge of you. And I was very impressed, Campbell Lewis, with that article you wrote on the techniques of freezing powdered junket in the International Deep Freeze News. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I hoped it would be all right.
Absolutely marvellous, and jolly nice to see you.
Oh, thank you.
Really, very nice.
All those names insults. It was sort of a middle management test.
Well, yes, you didn't realise. Oh, yes. Yes, it's the latest thing. The industrial psychologist dreamt of. Yes. Try it on the Germans.
Yes, I will.
Well, you must go. Yes. Right. Well, jolly nice to see you again. Come, good luck in Germany with the flash. Yes, you slimy creep. Yeah.
Oh, there you are, Reggie. That are my notes for your speech.
Oh, thank you,
Hello, CJ. Or should I say, slimy creep?
I'm worried about Campbell Lewis and CJ.
Good evening. In tonight's programme, the reorganisation of Britain's water boards, what does it mean to you? The oil sheik who's bought Lincolnshire, and polystyrene wine racks. Do they cause wars? An amazing new prize-winning silent Norwegian comedy about social problems on the tundra.
Hello, darling. And I just rang you up to see if you were all right. I do miss you. Yes, I'm sorry about everything that's happened, darling, but it had to happen. And I'm sorry about everything that's going to happen, but I'm afraid it just has got to happen. Yes, I am sorry about your mother, and I promise never to think of her again as a... Yes, darling, yes, I miss you. Yes. Oh, let's talk. Yes, let's talk for hours, darling. Yes, to hell with the phone bill, yes. Who cares about the phone bill? Somebody's got to make the post office work. Oh, darling, I just rang you up to say how you were. So I just do miss you. Oh, darling, I just... Hello, darling. Oh, hello, darling. Hello, I just...
woken me up again.
Oh, darling, I am sorry.
You know
I just...
I always go to
bed early at
Yes,
Mother's.
yes, darling, I was...
Leave me alone.
Yes, darling, I just rang up to say I miss you. Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter.
You should have married Henry Posset.
I didn't want to marry Henry Posset. You were tired, that's all. You need a really good break. You need a month off, Reggie.
Yes, well, I can't just now, not when we're setting up this exotic ISIS project.
Ask CJ for a holiday tomorrow. You've never had a whole month off.
What's going to happen to all those exotic ISIS? There's a sad, deprived nation out there, desperate for mango delight, fig surprise, strawberry and lychee ripple.
Now, you go in to see CJ tomorrow and you
Tell him where to stick his fig surprise. Yes, I just might.
Be firm and masterful.
Yes, I will. I will. You quite sure I ought to be firm and masterful?
Of course you should.
Right, then I will. Oh, God. Here come the Milfords back from their snift at the golf club. Right for it. Slam the doors. Thank you. Now the garage doors. Thank you. Shut up! Some people are trying to get to sleep.
Reggie, you'll wake the neighbours.
They are the neighbours.
I don't want to offend them. They were very nice about it that time you parked on their front lawn in the fog.
Sorry. Good night. Good night, darling.
Good night, darling.
I am sorry about tonight.
It doesn't matter. You were tired, that's
Oh, for God's sake, don't be so understanding all the time. Don't you understand how annoying it is always to be understood?
I know. I understand. Umbrella.
Thank you, darling.
Briefcase.
Thank you, darling.
Now, remember to ask CJ for a whole month off.
I will.
Have a good day at the office.
I won't. Morning, CJ. Morning, Reggie. Yes, sit down. Thank you, CJ. Oh, sorry. Yes, Reggie. What was it you wanted, Reggie? Well, I want a holiday, CJ. Yes, yes. I need at least 3 weeks. Why 3, Reggie? Well, so that I can work with even more enthusiasm on this wonderful exotic ISIS project. Yes, it's a quarter. 3 weeks been up here. Thank you, CJ. That's very good. Thank you, CJ. Morning, CJ. 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 Stupid name, CJ. Stupid mind. Reginald Perrin. There's a reason for mine. I was born during the Clinthorpe Players' production of Iolanthe. Sorry, Reggie. Sorry, nothing, Peter. No, I just... A year later, I've been Reginald Pirates of Penzance. Morning, John.
Morning, Mr. Perrin.
11 minutes late, defective junction box, New Malden.
Oh, that reminds me. Colin Edmonds from admin rang. It seems you have the wrong kind of hat stand. Yours has 4 pegs.
So?
It seems you only have entitlement to a 3-peg stand.
Oh, my God, is this the beginning of the end? Food firm executive found hanging naked from minute hand of Big Ben. I'm only a 3-peg man, he cried.
David Harris-Jones and Tony Webster are coming in any minute to discuss the trial sales areas of exotic ices.
Good. Oh, my God, I haven't even worked out their areas yet. Quick, John, maps. Lancashire?
Lancashire.
That's it. It's, waste paper basket. That's Tony's area. Hertfordshire. Thank you. No, handbag, please. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, but if we go Right, that should do. That should be fine. Right. Yes, right, come in. Ah, Tony, David, come in, just in time. Well, sit down, David. Well, we've chosen the areas for the new sales campaign. Here they are. Lancashire, Tony, David, Hertfordshire. Great.
Super.
Nice. Now, these areas have been selected. All right. These areas have been chosen by the computer from information fed to it from our market research preliminary breakdown survey. Great.
Super. Oh, I see, yes. My area takes in all the new towns in a sort of wedge, shaped like a giant handbag.
That's it. Yes, that's it.
Super.
Good.
Just one point.
Yes.
Well, 20% of my area seems to be in the sea.
Spotted it. Very good. Excellent, Tony. Very sharp. Yes, quite right. Lots of trawlers, tankers, liners, dredgers, submarines, Isle of Man ferries. Whole new sales area breaking totally new ground.
I see.
That's great. Ah.
Super.
Good. That's it. Off you go, lads. Don't let the grass grow under your feet. No time to waste. Good.
Super.
Let's get rid of that. Now let's finish last night's letters, shall we? To the manager, Get It Quick Supermart, Get It Quick House, 77 Car Park Road, Birmingham, 5BL, E43, 5RS, HBD, 2441, 5DK.
Yes?
Yes. Thank you for your comments of the 27th out. Your complaints about late delay are not only completely unjustified, but also ungrammatical. The fault lies in your inability to fill in an order form correctly. You are, in effect, a pompous, illiterate baboon. Yours faithfully, Reginald Perrin.
Mr. Perrin, are you feeling all right?
Yes, absolutely toppo. Never felt better in my life. In fact, I was only saying last night, Joan, to my wife, how well when I say feeling well, I've not been, been sleeping too well, and I don't seem to be able to, If anybody wants me, Joan, I shall be down the corridor seeing Doc Morrissey, extension 242.
Come in. Oh, Reggie, come and sit down. What can I do for you this time?
Well, it's not exactly for me, Doc. It's for my friend.
Joan, feeling chesty? Oh?
No, it's a male friend.
Oh.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's rather personal, and he can't talk about it, and he's too shy to see his own doctor about it.
Well, and what seems to be your friend's trouble?
Well, well, it's about, you know. Well, lately he hasn't been able to, as it were, very much, if at all.
I see, and how long hasn't he been able to, as it were, very much, if at all?
Well, he didn't say exactly, but I got the impression, from what he said, that it was approximately in 2 months and 3 days.
How old is he? 46, is he? The same as you?
46-ish.
Married, is he? Presumably.
Yes, with 2 children, both left home.
Rather like you.
Yes.
Work?
Rather like me, actually. Similar sort of work, similar sort of bloke, really.
I see. Well, tell your friend. Will you be seeing him?
Yes, may even be seeing him today, funnily enough.
Well, tell him there's nothing to worry about. He's perfectly natural. Probably overworked, over-anxious, needs a break.
Oh, good. That's a great relief. To him.
See, if it was you, I could give you a chit from month's sick leave.
Oh, yeah, that'd be marvellous, Doc. Yes, that'd be nice.
Pity it isn't you, really, isn't it?
Yes, that is a pity. Right. Right, thank you, Doc. Well, that's, you've eased my friend's mind a lot.
Good.
So this sort of thing isn't entirely unheard of, then?
No, I'm afraid not. I've got a friend who hasn't, as it were, very much of at all for 5 months.
Sure you want to send this letter?
Hmm? Yes, why not? Don't you think pompous, illiterate baboon is rude enough? Ah, send it. Tell the truth, Regine. Ah, coffee break. Now, what do you want, Jane?
No, it's my turn.
No, I'll do it.
You did it yesterday.
Yes, well, I'll do it again today.
All right, just a coffee.
Ah, Mrs. Peasley, come in, come in. 2 coffees, please. Two cream horns, 2 pieces of Battenberg.
Oh, thank you, no, please.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. 4 cream horns, 6 digestive biscuits, 2 slices of dudley, and 8 pieces of Battenberg.
Oh, make up your minds.
I don't want anything to eat.
Yes, I want you to have them. I want to give them to you. Take them home with you. Mrs. Peasley, I'll take the lot.
What, all the cakes?
Yes, the lot. The biscuits, the cake, the lot.
Well, you can't. I'll have nothing left for the crumble department, nothing left for flans and accounts.
Let them eat bread.
Well, you can't have the last piece of Battenberg, because that's spoken for.
I'm sorry, is it spoken for? Who by?
Mr. Norris from Crumbles always has a piece of Battenberg of it Friday. Mind you, he cuts the marzipan off and gives that Deirdre with a wart.
I'm awfully sorry, Mrs. Peasley, but ordering is not allowed. You may remember in 1971 I asked you to reserve me a macaroon. You refused.
It's not exactly ordered. It's more of a gentleman's
I'm sorry, Mrs. Peasley. I'm not a petty man, but if Mr. Battenberg can have his Norris, I don't see why I shouldn't have my macaroon.
I don't want anything anyway.
I'm sorry, but here is a £5, Mrs. Peasley. Keep the change.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll get you a nice box for them.
Wonderful.
And you can reserve a macaroon any time you
Can't wait.
I really like cake.
Oh, go on, live a little, eh?
Mr. Perrin,
Yes.
I've worked for you for 8 years. Do you mind if I say something?
Sounds rather ominous, Joe. What is it?
Well, I think you need a holiday.
God! Everybody seems to think I need a holiday. Oh, good evening. Here is the 9 o'clock news. Today, Russia invaded China. Richard Burton married Elizabeth Taylor for the 7th time, and in the Commons, the Prime Minister told the House that Reginald Perrin was in need of a holiday. God! You see, I need a holiday.
Go in and ask CJ.
Will. Damn well will. You get him for me, Joe, would you please? Now, I'll tell him I want to see him immediately.
Oh, hello, CJ. Mr. Perrin for you.
CJ, Perrin here. Yes. Perrin? Perrin, Rich? Yeah. CJ, Yes, CJ. Certainly, CJ. He wants to see me.
1, 2, 3, 4, make 'em sweat outside the door. 5, 6, 7, 8, always pays to make 'em wait. 9, 10, 11, 12. Come! Reggie, sit down.
Thank you, CJ. Be firm. Be masterful. He's only human.
What?
Nothing, CJ. Funnily enough, CJ, I wanted to see
I'll come
you.
straight to the point. I didn't get where I am today by waffling.
No, CJ, no.
Never use 2 words where one will do. That's my motto. That's my axiom. That's the way I look at things.
Yes, CJ. I wondered, CJ, while I was
Would
here...
it surprise you to
if it
learn,
would be
Reggie, that overall sales in April across the whole spectrum were down 0.1%?
No, not particularly, CJ.
I don't say to
Partly
you, Reggie,
one of the
pull your socks up. I say to you that overall sales in April across the whole spectrum were down 0.1%. I leave you to draw your own conclusions and pull your socks up.
Yes, CJ. Well,
I
I'm
didn't
here,
get where
CJ.
I am today without learning how to handle people.
No, CJ.
I give them a warning shot across the bows, but I don't let them realize I'm giving them a warning shot across the bows.
Yes, CJ.
Not that I want to be entirely surrounded by yes men.
No, CJ.
So my message to you is this: go full steam ahead on the exotic ISIS project. This is the big one. I want reports daily.
Absolutely, CJ.
Daily!
Yes, well, certainly, CJ. It's all well in hand.
Well, what do you want to see me about?
Be firm, be decisive, be masterful.
What? Well, what is it?
Be master. I want a holiday, CJ. I want a holiday, and I want it now.
Do you now?
Yes, CJ. I really must ask you for at least not less than 3. Certainly not less than 3 days. It's a bad time to ask, you can't spare me. Yes, I quite understand. I just thought while I was here, CJ, I would raise a long weekend. No, absolutely impossible out of the question. I quite agree. But thank you anyway, CJ.
Sit down! You're on edge. You need a holiday.
Yes, that's why I asked you for one, CJ.
Impossible. I'll tell you what we'll do, though. We'll compromise. I didn't get where I am today without learning how to compromise. Take the afternoon off.
Thank you, CJ.
I don't know what you do at the weekends, Reggie. But take your wife into the country for a quiet couple of days, just the two of you. You'll return a different man. That's what Mrs. C.J. and I do, and we return different men.
Thank you, C.J. I will, C.J.
Reggie! Middle age can be a difficult time, not but that we're one of those dreadful firms that squeeze a man dry and then abandon him. We value experience too highly. Goodbye, Reggie!
Oh,
Yeah,
you're home early?
yes.
Oh, nothing wrong, is there?
No, why should there be? No. Oh, I haven't been sacked. Sunshine Desserts aren't going bankrupt, and I wasn't arrested for plunging naked into the fountains at Trafalgar Square after all. No, why should anything be wrong?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought maybe it's because you're home early.
Ah.
I mean, you usually come home at the usual time.
Yes.
Did you ask CJ about the holiday?
Yes. Isn't that the watering can we got at Epsom?
Well,
No, what?
how did it go with CJ? And the holiday?
Oh, very well indeed, very well. Yes, I've got the afternoon off. Oh, well, never mind, darling. Well, never mind. Nice, long, quiet weekend, eh?
Well, don't forget we're going to see Mother on Sunday.
Yes, well, never mind. We'll have a nice, long, quiet tomorrow. Eh? Yes, just the two of us in the country. Eh? A walk, a beer, walk, beer.
And I'll cook us a lovely dinner tonight. I've got a nice piece of fillet steak.
Ah, lovely. And this afternoon we'll do absolutely nothing. And after we've done that, we'll do some more nothing. Oh, no. I'll go. I don't care who it is. They're not coming in. I'm sorry, we don't want any today, thank you.
Reggie?
Oh, Jimmy. Come in. Your brother.
Oh, hello, Jimmy. How's the army?
Mustn't grumble.
Drink, Jimmy?
3:10, almost tea time. Whiskey, please. Look, no beating about the bush. Bit of a cock-up on the catering front. Muddle over shopping. Fact is, right out of food. Just wondered if you'd got anything. Just bread or something. Pay, of course.
I wouldn't hear to it, Jimmy.
Oh, thanks. Decent of you. Wouldn't have asked. Any kiddies yelling, general hoo-ha. Bit of a cock-up over pay. Wifely ructions, storm cones hoisted.
Oh, yes, of course. What would you like? There's some bacon and eggs, Danish salami, half a loaf, carrots, oranges, sprouts, 2 pork chops, piece of fillet steak.
Yeah, that lot will do fine, thanks.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, how's the world of puddings?
Oh, fine. Wonderful, Jimmy. Thank you very much.
Good. On duty tonight, tactical exercises. Burnt cork on face. Africa represented by Bagshot Heath. British parachute into Ascot. Communists hold Camberley. Chinese frigates off Woking.
Yes, that sounds fun.
Going on leave soon. Need a holiday.
Ah, yes.
Awkward Johnny's holidays. German barber at a camp I was at once, BAOR 23, didn't have a holiday for 3 years, went bonkers, became convinced he was a deck chair. I said to him, "Morning, Hans, short back and sides, please," and he said, "No can do, but you can sit on me if you like."
Yes.
Visitors, bad luck.
Uncle!
Tricky blighters, visitors, never know when to leave. Always outstay their welcome.
Yes, some of them do, Jimmy. Yes, another drink before you go.
Almost tea time, besides mustn't drink and drive.
Very wise. Same again?
Yes, please.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, darling.
Hello, Uncle Jimmy.
Hello, how's my favourite niece?
Oh, I've just cycled over. I'm so hot, I'm sweating cold.
Nonsense.
Still, the exercise will do me good. I'm carrying too much weight.
Nonsense.
What's the matter with the car, then?
Tom's crashed it.
Stupid nit. Oh, dear, what a shame.
was showing a client round a house valued at £42,960, and he drove straight through the bow window of the dining room.
Treacherous chaps, cars.
Here we are.
Oh, thanks. Literally saved our bacon.
Tom's crashed the car, Mum, and we'd promised to take Adam and Jocasta to the safari park tomorrow. I was wondering if you and Dad could take us. They're so looking forward
yes,
to
no,
it.
we'd love to normally, Linda,
Yes, of
but...
course we will.
But of course we will.
Yes, of course we will.
That's what I said, of course we will.
Well, I must be off. Tempers is fuging away. Tatar all. Tar for the nosh. Nonsense. Toodlepip. TTF then.
Would you like a cup of tea, Linda?
Oh, no, thanks, Mum. I've got to rush. I've got to pick up the children. They're finger painting in Mrs. McPherson's spare room.
Lucky old Mrs. McPherson.
Thanks very much. About tomorrow. Bye.
Do you think I could have a cup of tea if you haven't posted it all off to your mother?
I'm sorry, but he is my brother.
Fancy that steak.
Oh, I'll get a Chinese takeaway.
I don't want a Chinese. I don't like warmed-up haystacks.
We'll eat out.
In Clinthorpe, I don't think we're adequately insured, are we? How, by the way, shall I phone the Ponte de Lice male voice choir over here?
What for?
To invite them on our quiet day out tomorrow.
I'm sorry, but what could I do? Adam and Jocasta are our grandchildren.
God, it was going to be a month's holiday. Now what is it? An afternoon stifling in a safari park with Linda, that bearded wonder of a husband of hers, and those damn children.
Reggie, for shame. You'll have a lovely time. You'll see.
Look! Yak!
There isn't much to say about a yak. Isn't it marvellous? The cars are all moving around in hers and all the animals are parked.
A waste paper basket.
Look, zebra crossing.
What's that?
The starling.
Why have we pulled up?
Because I'm hot. It's like a Turkish bath in here, opening a window.
You're not supposed to. It's dangerous.
What did you and Linda have to eat yesterday?
Squid with garlic. Why?
Just wondered.
You are approaching lion country. Close all windows.
Ah, so we could have had the window open.
Sorry.
If in trouble, blow your horn and wait for the white hunter. Lions soon.
Why are lions?
Why are lions what?
Why are lions lions?
Because they come from other lions.
Why aren't lions ants?
Because they don't come from ants' eggs.
Why am I me?
Oh, shut up.
Dad, please, I must ask you not to talk like that.
I done biggies.
That's not the right way to say it, Adam. It's I've done biggies.
Let them talk the way they want to, Mum.
Well, they should be helped to speak correctly. They might want jobs with the BBC one day.
Yes, and the BBC newsreaders all say, I've done biggies.
It's just we have our own way of picking them up. We treat them not as children, but as tiny adults.
Oh, shut up, you bearded prig.
Reggie! If Dad feels like that, he should get it off his chest.
Sorry, but why am I a bearded prig?
You really want to know?
Yes.
Because you have a bright red open plan finished playpen, you put supposedly witty house adverts in the Cookham Thames Ditton Chronicle, you brew your own parsnip and nettle wine, you smoke revolting briar pipes, you built a Gothic stone folly in your garden, and you called your children Adam and Jocasta and made them eat garlic bread the moment they were off the breast. Right?
I see.
Not at all.
Move on, darling.
I'm not moving on till we start enjoying yourselves. All right, it's a failure. I'm a failure. Everything I plan's a failure, but we're here now, and I'm not moving till you bloody well start enjoying yourselves. Shut up!
Please, stop making a spectacle of us.
Oh, you hate that, don't you?
Father, you're not in front of the children.
They're not children, they're tiny adults.
Well, not in front of the tiny adults, then.
Please, darling, move on.
Not till you start enjoying yourselves.
We are enjoying ourselves.
It's a marvellous outing.
all right.
Last bloody thing. Hate cars, I hate. Bloody machines.
I done poopy plops in my pants.
It's I done poopy plops in my pants.
Yes, Adam, and I wonder if you really think that was a good idea. It's going to get a bit uncomfortable for you later on, you know?
Not just for him. This was supposed to be an outing.
I think, on reflection, the safari park wasn't a very good idea.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, I think that's very helpful. Yes, it's hardly started yet. We've got the monkeys on the roof to come yet, rubbing themselves against the aerial, doing their poopy plops all over my roof.
Lion! Oh, look at the nice lion.
Please don't say that. Lions aren't nice. We want them to grow up to see reality as it is.
But is it?
Is what?
Is reality as it is?
Well, of course it is.
Don't be absurd, Dad.
It's overheated.
Thank you, Sterling Moss. I've seen livelier lions in Trafalgar Square. Oh, God! Lines that won't move, cars that won't start. Hold her. Hell with it, I'm going out.
Is that altogether wise?
Look, the animals are all probably doped. In any case, I am going out. All right? Into a world blessedly free of garlic and sweat and poopy plumps, and if you don't like that, you can stick it in your pipe, shove a bulb of garlic up here and drown in your own natural wine, all right?
Reggie, come back.
Sorry.
It doesn't matter. I understand.
I want you to understand.
I know how you feel. I understand.
Oh, Well, Ponsonby, this is my big day. My plans are complete. This afternoon I shall address the British Fruit Association at the Bilberry Hall, and I shall surprise them. And then after that I shall drive down to Hampshire, where my boss C.J. is holding a trout fishing competition on what is laughingly known as his country estate, and I shall give him a surprise as well. Think that's a good idea? Yes, I thought you would. And then I shall drive off into the rays of the setting sun, and Reginald Perrin will be seen no more. So you be a good earwig, all right? I take it. Yeah, all right. I know you're not an earwig, you're a cat. Yes, all right. Oh, what's it matter? what's it matter in a name? Why, it's so boring to call things by the same name all the time. You see, secretly, Ponsonby, I think of my boss, CJ, as a toothbrush. And you can't be frightened of them, but I don't tell anyone because they don't understand. It's the same with my mother-in-law. I always think of her as well, you see? But I don't tell anyone. Now, you be a good boy and take care of your mistress because she's going to be very upset when I... there you are, darling. Just having a little chat to Ponsonby. Thank you very much.
You seem rather on edge this morning, Reggie. Are you nervous about your
No,
speech?
I'm all right, darling. I just got a bit of an earwig, that's all. Headache.
Oh, what time should I arrive at the hall for the lunch?
Oh, about 12:30 parsnips. Sorry, darling, 12, 12:30.
Yes, but where do parsnips come in?
Yes, I just remembered CJ asked me if I could possibly get hold of a few parsnips for him.
What earth does he want parsnips for?
He didn't say.
Well, I think we...
Oh, well, good. Thanks very much. Just a couple now. We don't want too many otherwise. Oh, this won't do at all. I really must consider. I've got some very important things to say. Ponsonby, are you listening? I'm about to divest myself of the accumulated wisdom of my 46 years. Mustn't use the wrong parsnips. The wrong words. I must behave myself. You don't understand a word of this, do you? And you know why, Ponsonby? Because you're thick, that's why. I couldn't even get a no level in meowing. I'm sorry, withdraw it. I'm awfully sorry, but I'm... there you are, darling, yes. Well, I'd better be off, yes. Time and motion, wait for no man. Bye-bye, Ponsonby. Remember what I said.
Oh, there you are. Umbrella.
Thank you, darling.
Briefcase.
Thank you, darling.
Parsnips.
Thank you. What, Ponsonby?
Oh, you said CJ wanted some parsnips.
Oh, yes, those parsnips, yes.
Oh, what on earth's that on your tie?
Oh, damn, what it... Oh, that? Oh, that's the symbol of the British Fruit Association, darling. Yes. 2 apples and a banana.
I think it's rather unfortunate.
Well, it's rather appropriate.
Well, don't be nervous about your speech, darling. I'll be there lending you moral support.
All right, thank you. Bye, darling. See you at the earwig. How marvellous. Last time I shall ever have to travel on this bloody train. Last time I shall ever have to look at these stupid faces. And the last time I shall have to listen to Peter Cartwright's hay fever. Bless you.
You haven't any tissues, have you, Reggie? Ursula's forgotten mine.
Any tissues, have you, Reggie? Ursula's forgotten mine.
No, sorry, Peter, I haven't. No. You can use my programme for the Fruit Association of Bilberry Hall, if you like. You'll be needing that again. Morning, Joan.
Mr. Perrin.
11 minutes late. Somebody had stolen the lines at Surbiton. Well, I think I'll clear my desk, Joan.
Good idea. That shouldn't take long.
No, it shouldn't. It didn't.
Is that wise?
No.
How's your speech coming along, Mr. Perrin?
Fine, wonderful, Joan. Very, very good indeed. Thank you.
Well, I'm sure you're going to give a wonderful performance.
Yes, sir, it's going to be very good indeed, yes. Not that anybody will listen to it, of course, yes. I often have the impression that nobody listens to a single word I say. In fact, I often wonder if my voice is actually audible to anyone except myself. Keep out! You see what I mean? Morning, David. Morning, Tony. I'm sorry I haven't got time to discuss the exotic ISIS project this morning. I have my speech to prepare. I have far more important things on my mind than Mango Delight, Big Surprise, Strawberry and Earwig Ripple, all right?
That's why we came. Just to wish you good luck for your speech.
Not feeling nervous, I hope?
No, not feeling nervous.
Great.
No.
Super.
Good. Public terrors have no speaking for me.
Great.
Super.
Yes, I think I have 1 or 2 important points to make.
Great.
Super.
Sitting in the front row.
Lending moral support.
Great. Super. Well, you must be. Good luck, Reggie. Good luck.
Reggie.
Good luck.
I'm sure you're going to give a wonderful speech, Mr. Perrin. You could impress that lot standing on your head.
And in conclusion, may I say... I don't think that'd be a very good idea, Joe. Now, get lost! Morning, CJ.
Morning, Reggie. Morning, Joan. Well, I just looked in to wish you luck with your speech.
Oh, thank you, CJ.
I have every confidence in you, every confidence. Will it be any good?
I think I may cause a few surprises, CJ.
Not too many, I hope. Just a little stimulus, nothing too extreme, but there's no need to be nervous. I shall be sitting in the front row rooting for you.
Oh, thank you, CJ.
If you do feel nervous, just look down and you'll see my face.
Yes. That's very thoughtful of you, CJ.
Well, I won't waste any more of your valuable time.
Right, CJ.
Well, Reggie, nice office you have here.
Yes, yes, very nice, Jane, yes.
Nice view.
Yes, 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 I've always had a soft spot for the gasworks and the marshalling yard, yes. Yes, my only regret is that the smog from the asbestos recycling plant does tend to obscure the abattoir, but there we are.
Yes, well now, where was I?
You weren't going to take up any more of my valuable time, Sir Joe.
Right, you want to get on? Well, Joe, what's it like to have Reggie for a boss, eh?
Incredible, CJ.
There you are, Reggie, straight from the horse's mouth. I mustn't waste any more of your valuable time.
Right, CJ.
Well, good luck, Reggie.
Earwig, CJ.
Earwig?
Sorry, thank you, Sir Joe. No, I said earwig instead of thank you, sorry.
Careful, Reggie. I didn't get where I am today by saying earwig instead of thank you.
Yes, sorry, just a slip of the parsnips.
Yes, well... make sure that sort of thing doesn't happen to Bilberry Hall this afternoon. Parsnips?
Yes, sorry, yeah, that was another slip of the tongue.
Reggie, I hope I haven't made a mistake in getting you to make this speech.
Of course not, CJ.
If you do feel nervous, Reggie, take a tip from me. Have a little champagne, not too much, just enough. I didn't get where I am today without having a little champagne, not too much, just enough. Hey, Joe!
Certainly not, CJ.
Yes, well, I won't waste any more of your valuable time.
Right, CJ. I didn't get what I am today without being glad when CJ leaves the room.
Reggie! I have every confidence in you. We aren't one of those dreadful firms that believe a man's ideas are old-fashioned and out of date just because he's 46. Goodbye, Reggie.
Joan, I have a very urgent appointment. I'm going out.
Where?
Anywhere. Joan, we may never see each other again.
What?
Sorry, I was just thinking how awful it would be if we never saw each other again.
Oh, yes, it would.
So, but of course we will. We'll see each other. We may see each other on Monday morning. So until Monday morning, the very best wishes for your future, and goodbye and good luck.
Well, you are talking as if you'll never see me.
No, good heavens, no. I'll see you on Monday morning at the usual 11 minutes late. Have a nice weekend, Joan.
Thank you, Mr. Perrin, and good luck with your speech.
Thank you, Joan. Joan, I meant what I said just now. I really value the 8 years friendship and support you've given me, and as we probably won't ever see each other again until Monday, take care of yourself. Goodbye, Joan.
Oh, just a minute. I'm just doing some confidential tests. Come in. Reggie. Come in and sit down.
Thank you.
Oh, CJ's made me come and listen to your speech this afternoon. I should be sitting in the front row, so there's no need to feel nervous. Right. Now, what can I do for you?
I want something, Doc. I feel nervous.
Oh, so do I. It's horrible, isn't it? I've got to go to CJ's fishing contest.
Yes, I just want something to give me a feeling of confidence for a couple of hours.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
He asked me if I'd ever done any fishing, and stupidly I said I dabbled. Oh, what fools me are. Dabbled. Once dangled a bit of string over a boat in the Isle of Man once when I was a Boy Scout. Caught one very dead fillet keeper.
Yeah. Anything at all, Doc. A couple of pills, you know. Just something that won't be noticed, of course, or make me slur my speech or get overexcited or anything.
All CJ's young hopefuls will be there, literally angling for promotion. Yes.
Have you got anything at all you can recommend?
I shall probably fall in.
Just a couple of...
They'll all catch hundreds of fish. I shall catch bronchitis, and CJ's running for a chance to fire me. He hates me, Reggie. What do you think I ought to do?
I think perhaps you ought to take something to soothe your nerves, Doc.
Oh, good idea. What?
They sound pretty good.
What are they?
Oh, it's no, it's a long word I can't pronounce. It says ideal for nervous debility and lack of self-confidence, particularly suitable for nervous fishermen.
Oh, it doesn't say that.
No, take 2-3 times daily in water. Do not mix with alcohol. Sounds
I say
good.
they sound marvellous.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Reggie.
Yeah. Thank you.
I wonder what they are.
No, thank you very much for your help, Doc.
Oh, anytime.
Yes.
Thanks.
Oh, there you are. Reggie Perrin. Sorry I'm late.
Quite all right. Sit you down.
Thank you. So you can.
My name's Hump, by the way.
Oh, bad luck.
Let me give you some wine. Dutch courage.
Thank you.
I'm lecturer in the philosophy of fruit at the University of Budleigh-Salterton.
Well, never mind.
Don't drink too much.
All right, darling, I'm not a fool.
May I introduce the chairman of the seminar, Mr. Elwyn Watkins?
Hi, Watkins. How do you do?
Mr. Watkins is chief scientific advisor to the Bridgend College of Pesticides.
How ridiculous.
Oh, we thought we'd lost you. And let me fill you up.
Oh,
Dutch courage.
oh,
You missed a very interesting little talk from Dr. Hump this morning. He touched mainly on the role of fruit puddings in a competitive society. You know, his thesis, in a nutshell, was that fruit puddings should not be, indeed cannot be, less or indeed more competitive than the society for which, and indeed by which, they are produced.
Now that is uninteresting. Somebody kicked me. What's the name?
It was me. Don't drink too much.
That's all right. Well, don't kick me, darling.
I'm looking forward to your talk.
Oh, yes, so am I.
Yeah, that makes three of us. Good. Would you mind passing me the earwig, please?
I beg your pardon.
When I say the earwig, I mean the wine, of course. Yes. Thank you very much, Rocky. Darling, do watch it. You stop it. He's at it again.
Welcome back. Now, if we can concentrate after our lunch. We come to what will undoubtedly be the high spot, the undoubted high spot of this afternoon's talk. I refer, of course, to none other than... to none other than our first speaker this afternoon. He's indeed a household name to many of us, indeed, if not more. And his subject this afternoon is the subject for which he is a household name to many of us, if not more. In fact, he needs no introduction from me, so here he is.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Mr. whatever your name is. When my boss said to me, Reginald Perrin, your senior sales earwig at Sunshine Desserts, they're holding a seminar about fruit and instant puddings at Bilberry Hall. I want you to talk on how we're getting our just dessert. My first thought was, what a pathetic title for a talk. And I thought again. And my second thought was, what a pathetic title for a talk. But I come here anyway because I have something very important to say to you. We are told that we need more growth. 6% PR. 6% more chemicals to cure more pollution caused by more chemicals. More car parks for more tourists who want to get away from more car parks. More food to make us more fat, to make us use more slimming aids, to make us take more pills, to make us ill, to make us make more pills, to make more profits. More boring speakers, making more boring speeches, more boring conferences.
This is rubbish.
More rubbish. That's a very good point, Ham. More rubbish lying around everywhere. Well, what has all this growth done for me? I'll tell you. One day I'll die, and on my grave will say, lies Reginald Perrin. He didn't know the names of the trees and the flowers, but he knew the rhubarb crumble sales figures for Schleswig-Holstein. You've got to look at, sir. Those trees, beautiful. But soon they'll all be cut down to make more underground parks. I have got good news for you. Because half the parking meters in London have got Dutch parking meter disease.
Oh, she'd stick to the point. I didn't get where I am today talking about Dutch parking meter disease.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the audience here, my boss, a toothbrush. Let's have a big hand for CJ. That's enough. Ladies and gentlemen, as we become what we do, you show me a hero who makes fondue tongues, and I will show you a happy man who earns his living perforating lavatory paper. What do you believe in, I hear you ask? Do I hear you? No, I don't hear, but I tell you anyway. I know that I don't know. You see? I believe in not believing. You see, for every man who believes something, there's somebody who believes the opposite. What's the point? How many wars would have been fought? How many people would have been tortured if nobody had ever believed in anything? Huh? I've never heard. Have you ever heard of the wars of the apathetic, or the persecution of the persecution of the apathetic by the bone idle?
I think we've heard enough of this.
But if we try and complain about this, we are totally standing in the way of progress. Progress? There's a word that begs the pardon. I beg your pardon. No, beg your pardon. Doesn't beg the pardon. It begs the question.
I think he's drunk.
Funny, so am I. So, and then, oh, there you go. Oh, Doc Morrissey. The wizard of the aspirin. Off to the bog, because he's frightened of CJ's fishing contest. He's gone to practice his flies.
Get rid of him, Watkins.
Oh, Baldy Hump here. Oh, Baldy Hump. He's bald loose, you made a right cock up. He put pesticide on his hair restorer on his plums. Now he's as bald as a coot, got a garden full of hairy plums. Oh, sorry. Win them back to my side. Win them back. Anybody here from Canada? Anybody here from Australia? Tarpley? Anybody here from Tarpley? Stand up, those from Tarpley. Shake hands with the person on the right. Come on, Perrin.
I didn't get where I am today shaking hands with the person on my right.
CJ, I want to help you, CJ. What use is life if it isn't for those people who have to live it? Oh, God, here he comes, old Baldy Ham. Lecturer in applied manure at the University of Steeple Bumstead. Take your hands off.
Thank you for a very stimulating address.
No, Baldy!
That should cause something to discuss.
Got me right in the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. for a most stimulating address.
Oh, stop me there,
Fair dues, he didn't call you Baldy.
I'm not bald.
Very depressed, aren't you? You didn't even wince when I crashed the gears.
I had so much to say to them.
You were nervous, that's all.
I was drunk. I used the wrong words. I insulted Dr. Hump. I even asked if there was anyone there from Tarpley.
There wasn't?
Yes, but no, but I mean, is that to be my life's message? Is there anybody there from Tarpley?
Never mind, Reggie. I love you.
Yes, and I love you too, darling. But I must just pop out to the gents. Right, darling. Look after yourself, won't you? Take care and try not to think too unkindly of me.
Reggie? How long are you going to be?
About a minute.
Come in.
Oh, it's all right, Bill. It's only me, Mr. Perrin.
What are you still here for, Mr. Perrin?
Oh, there's been an emergency, Bill. Consignment of Loganberry essence has to go off to Hamburg. The ship has to sail from Southampton first thing in the morning, so I've got to load a lorry up tonight and drive it down there myself.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Perrin, but I haven't got the authority to let you out of the lorry.
Look, I tell you what, I've got a PXL2 here, double-checked through the computer. Here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Perrin. Computer?
Yes.
Huh? Well, yes, well, that all seems to be in order, Mr. Perrin. Sorry, I had to be so careful.
Not at all, but only doing your job quite right. For all you know, I might be going balmy.
Balmy? Good of you to see it that
Not
way,
at
Mr.
all, Bill,
Perrin.
not at all. No, nothing for me. No, sir, no, speak. Oh, all right, yes, yes.
Keys.
The keys, yes, thank you very much. All right, thank you, Bill. Nice, yes, a nice slice of tea, thank you. I didn't get where I am today, CJ, without posting furtive letters through your front door.
The river is public property and should not be in private hands. The fish are not yours to kill, nor are your employees. Possessions bring misery, absolute possessions bring absolute misery. P.S. Blood will flow. Oh, some crank. I didn't get where I am today without getting letters from cranks. Wait a minute, though. I didn't get where I am today without making enemies. Blood will flow. All right, Tony? David?
Great. Super, CJ.
You're witnessing history, gentle bovine friends, if you did but know it. You're witnessing the world's first ever Loganberry slip.
I say, the river's turning red. My God, it's blood.
Oh, it doesn't look like blood to me. Doesn't smell like it either. It's too sweet.
Look, I'm a doctor. I should know blood when I see it.
My God! Blood! Blood will flow! There's a maniac murdering all my guests! Oh, my God! One of my enemies! I've been too ruthless! Blood! Blood! Oh, ah!
CJ.
He's hit his head on a stone. It may just be concussion. Let me through. Let me through. I'm a doctor. Make way. That's right. My God, he's dead.
You're fired.
Why not really end it all? Prove once and for all I'm not a fraud. Just walk out to sea with my hands raised above my head. Walk on until only the fingers are visible. A last defiant gesture to a hostile world. Goodbye, Reggie's clothes. Goodbye, old Reggie. Hello, new life. Need a new name. Alistair McTavish. Lionel Penfold. No. Cedric de Vere Fitzpatrick Thornycroft. Is that right? Charles Bridport, Arthur Dorchester. No. Timothy Lyme Regis. No. Vernon Signpost. No. Which way lies paradise? I must be decisive in my new life. I will go to the right. Geoffrey Hedge, Sebastian Copse, no. Ronnie Road, Lenny Lane, no. Nathaniel Bike, no. Colin Gate, no. Colin, no. Colin what? Colin what? No. Colin what? Colin, the first thing I see when I look over the gate. Colin Cowpat. Earwig, Colin Parsnips, Colin... What is it?
It's an ice cream pagoda.
Oh, my God.
It's a symbol of the Exotic Ices project.
Is it really? Oh, my God.
CJ says that you can have half a dozen if you wanted some to give your friends.
Right, that settles it. Time to go home, Joan. Poets' Day. Poets' Day. Push off early tomorrow, Saturday. Yes. Joan, they still have not repaired that window. Would you get the 24-hour emergency maintenance service, please?
Maintenance? I have Mr. Perrin for it.
24-hour emergency maintenance service? Look, gone home. That's it. Get me Mr. Burlap, would you? Burlap, yes, it's Perrin here. Yes. You doing anything exciting this weekend, Joan?
Well, I may go to the laundrette tomorrow.
Burlap, Perrin here. Look, this window in my office has still not been repaired, and I absolutely... You'll do it tomorrow? Right, fine. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you, Mr. Yes. Now, you see, Joan, a little firmness, a little authority. You You doing anything exciting over the weekend, Ron?
Well, you've just asked me that, and I said I was going to the laundrette.
No.
Are you doing anything exciting this weekend, Mr.
No, it's absolutely riveting, yes. I'm cleaning up the loft tomorrow, and on Sunday I'm going to visit my mother-in-law. Yes, and when I've done that, if I've got any energy left over, I may have a bit of a...
You may have a bit of what?
I may have a bit of a go at the garden. Yes. So your boyfriend isn't taking you anywhere exciting, then?
I don't have a boyfriend at the moment, Mr.
No.
I thought not. Here's my chance after all. Come on, Reggie, ask him. No, yes, you can.
I'll phone.
Pardon?
I'll phone. Look, I think something may crop up this weekend, Joan, and and when it does crop up, I'll be in touch on the phone.
I'm just going to the shops. Would you prefer meat or fish?
Yes, please.
You're not listening, Reggie.
Sorry, darling, I wasn't listening. What did you say?
I said you weren't listening.
Yes, I was rummaging through this old stuff from the attic. Can that gawky, close-cropped Burke really have been me?
We never have a proper conversation these days.
Of course not, darling. We've been married nearly 25 years.
Reggie?
I mean, we know each other's opinions about everything. You name any subject. Fascism, emulsion paint, Lady Antonia Fraser. I mean, we know it. No point in talking about it, is there?
I'm sure the Milfords talk all the time.
Yes, well, it's different for them. They play golf. All right, darling, we'll talk. Yes, come on. I'm sorry. Yes, sit down. Come on, we'll talk. Now then, what exactly did you want to talk about?
Oh, anything.
Right.
Anything you like.
Anything at all. Right, yes, good. Do you think high-rise flats are responsible for the increase in hooliganism? Or do you think
Don't be silly.
a socialist government can be really true to its principles in a capitalist society?
You know, don't you, that we're going to see Mother tomorrow?
Yes, it's not the sort of thing that slips one's mind.
Well, you won't just sit there in silence like you did last time, reading all her old copies of Reader's Digest, will you?
No. Darling, do you mind very much if I don't come with you to see your mother tomorrow? There's a little bit of work I've forgotten.
Oh, Reggie, can't you do it today?
No, I'm very tired today. I feel terribly tired. Anyway.
Oh, well, you might have told me earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. It was only yesterday. I remembered I'd forgotten it.
Why didn't you tell me yesterday?
I forgot I'd remembered it.
She'll have bought the joint.
Oh, now you can go. Yes?
Oh, thank you. She'll be very disappointed.
No, she'll be very thrilled.
We really ought to go, because she isn't well.
Oh, there you are. You see, two people would tire her out. Yes, I think on medical grounds it's my duty to stay away. I want to go and see her, of course. I want to. But we can't have everything we want in this life, can we?
I think she's beginning to realise that you don't like her.
No, that's not fair, darling. I do like her. I quite like her. No, all right, if you insist. Yes, I'll get him at 5 o'clock in the morning and do all the work.
No, I don't want you to come under protest and sulk.
All right, darling, right. Yes. There go the Milfords, all for their sniff to the golf club.
Were you sure you'll be all right on your own?
Yes, darling, I'm not helpless, you know.
No, but, What?
Nothing, darling.
Come on, tell me, what is it? What were you going to say?
No, it's just... it's that no but that you just said. The sound would have floated out of the window now, up towards the stars. Pausing momentarily, then moving further and further away from Earth. And then in millions of years' time from now, strange creatures on distant planets will record your no but on their instruments and will think to themselves, millions of years ago on some distant planet there lived a strange, evasive people.
Are you sure you're all right?
See, when I make conversation, you don't like it.
That's not what I call conversation. You've been very strange lately, Reggie. I mean, calling Mother a that thing, and walking up to the lions in the safari park. I don't really like to leave you on your own.
Dangerous though Clinthorpe can be on a Sunday, I shall survive it, all right? Yeah. Yes, fish, I think. I realise what you said, you know, would I prefer meat or fish? Fish, yes. Fish.
Oh, that was ages ago. All right, I'll get fish.
Yeah. Oh, meat, it doesn't matter. Joan. Hello, hi, Reggie. Hello, Joan. Hello, Joan. Reggie here. Yes. Do you know, I said something might crop up this weekend. Well, it has cropped up. Unexpectedly. So I wonder if you could possibly come round tomorrow morning about 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. I say, yes, you will be cooking your dinner, yes. Yes, I'm still hanging on. No, I'm sorry, I can't explain, but suffice to say that the whole future of Sunshine Desserts is at stake, not to mention Reginald Perrin. Yes. You'll come. Oh, good. Marvellous. Thank you. Good, Joan. I'll see you tomorrow. No. Bye.
Now, there's some cold meat and the bottom shelf of the fridge covered in foil.
Right, cold foil, bottom shelf covered in foil. Yes, have a good trip, darling.
What do you think? You wanted me out of the way.
Oh, don't be silly, darling. You don't want to hit the traffic there, do you? Eh?
I nag and fuss, don't I?
No, of course not, darling. No.
I always hated the way Mother nagged and fussed.
Yes.
I don't want to nag and fuss you and come like Mother and be a bore.
You don't, and you aren't, and you won't. Eh? Now, come on, darling, come on.
Are you sure you know where everything is?
Yes, I think so, yes. The kitchen's through there and the garden's outside. I mean, you do treat me a bit like a child, darling.
You are a child.
Yes, I suppose I am. You should have married Henry Posset. Yes. Come on, off you go.
I didn't want to marry Henry Posset. Oh, there's some aspirins in the medicine cupboard if you get one of your thundry headaches.
Darling, you miss your car.
Listening to a word I say.
Headaches in the medicine cupboard if I have one of my thundry aspirins. All right? Bye, darling. Oh, hello, Joan. Won't you come sit down, Joan? Like a sherry while you're... Come in, Joan. Won't you sit down? Would you like a shirt? It's getting worse. Oh, my God, she's come. Hello, Joan. Oh, come in.
Hello, Mr. Perrin.
Hello, Joan. Won't you sit down?
What's all this crisis about?
Oh, you'll soon see. Would you like a sherry?
Oh.
Just sherry?
Sherry?
Yeah, just a little one before we go upstairs.
Oh, yes. Upstairs?
It's hot, isn't it?
Oh, very.
Yeah, it's a hot Sunday in summer.
I don't know what all this is about, Mr. Perrin, but I have come 20 miles. Can't we get straight down to it?
We'll get down to it in a minute. Excuse me. Hello. Oh, hello. Yes, I'm getting along all right, thank you. Yes, no, haven't had my dinner yet. Yes, of course. Yes, the pickle's on the shelf where you keep the pickle, in the jar marked pickle jar. I'm not angry, darling. I just happen to know with a pickle. I'm not angry. No, you're not interrupting anything. No, it's not a bad time to... Yes, go back. That was my wife.
So I gathered.
She's away for the day. The whole day. Yeah, she's gone to see the hippopotamus. Gone to see her mother. Yes. She resembles the hippopotamus. Yes. Elizabeth, her mother does. Elizabeth doesn't resemble the hippopotamus at all. It's more sherry?
No, thank you.
Certainly. Well, this is jolly nice, Joan.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And isn't it... rather... it's hot, isn't it?
Well, it hasn't got a lot hotter in the last minute.
Yes, I noticed that. Yes, I prefer the heat to the cold, don't you? I find it,
warmer?
Yes, yes.
What is this crisis all about, Mr. Perrin?
There is no crisis, Joan. I'm sorry, forget it, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I'm awfully sorry. No, I'm terribly sorry, I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked you to come over today at all.
Why now, Reggie? Why, after all these years?
It suddenly seems such a waste. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done. Oh, my God.
Don't answer it.
No, to hell with this. The rest of the world has better had it be somebody. Hello. Hello. Oh, hello, Dime. No, no, I didn't think I rang off abruptly. No, I've not been working too hard. Do I? I didn't think that sounded odd. Yes, I should be having it quite soon. Of course, I haven't forgot to ask about your mother. How's your mother? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. All right, well, give my mother your best treat. Your mother my best treat. Goodbye. It was my wife again. As I thought when I kissed you, you'd be outraged.
Scream the house down. Oh, no. Oh, I've dreamt of this for 8 years.
Good Lord. Good Lord, have you really? Oh, good Lord.
What a nice house this is.
Yes, it is quite...
I bet there's a lovely view from upstairs.
Yes, I bet there is. I mean, there is. I think the view would be best from the spare bedroom. I think the view would be better from over here through the window, John. Oh. Oh, thank you. There's a jolly nice buttons on your dress.
Yes, they undo very easily, too.
Yes, so they do, yes. My buttons undo pretty easily.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. British buttons are pretty good on the whole. I think this wallpaper's quite nice, don't you? I can't go through with this. Yes, you can. No, I can't. Yes. No, I'm sorry, I can't.
You can't what?
I can't go... I can't remember where we bought the wallpaper.
Oh, come on, Reggie. Never mind about the wallpaper.
It's to hell with the wallpaper. Who cares about the wallpaper? Oh, hello, damn, what a shame. Oh, just all lucky. Oh, damn.
You don't have to answer it.
No, but I better had it might be somebody. Oh, hello, Mark.
Hello, Peter Mealdoni. Not interrupting anything, am I?
No, but I'm just having 40 winks. Oh, don't join the bearded wonder brigade, eh?
Oh, it's hot, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes. Do you want a beer?
Oh, yeah, thanks, Dan.
Right.
Oh, I see you've got another of Dr. Snurd's pictures of the Algarve.
Yes, Albufeira. Did you like it?
Ruddy awful.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Why are all your pictures painted by your dentist?
Well, I keep buying them in case he stops giving me injections.
Oh. Well, that reminds me, I need my Ted seeing to.
Your Ted?
Ted Heath, teeth, huh?
Oh, yes. So I can't keep up with this rhyming slang.
No. Well, it's not all a gen chitty.
No, chitty.
Chitty, bang, rhyming slang.
Oh, yes. Yeah, your mother's gone away. She's gone to Worthing to see the hippopotamus. The granny.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yes. Mind you, it's a good job. I mean, I know what you'd say if she was here. Peter Hall won't want you in the Royal Shakespeare Company with holes in your socks.
How is the acting going?
It's rotten. Do you know the only job I've had in the past 3 months has been that advert for fish fingers?
Oh, dear.
What are the 2 sherry glasses for?
They're for drinking sherry. Yes, my wife and I had a sherry before. That's your mother, that is. My had a sherry before she went to Worthing.
Oh. Yes. Oh, I thought for a moment you were keeping a fancy woman upstairs.
No. No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
How did you know your mother had gone to Worthing?
Well, she rang yesterday.
Oh, I see, and asked you to come round here and see if I was all right.
No, nothing like that, no. I just thought I'd pop in, see how you were.
No, because usually you drop in just to borrow some money.
Oh, well, actually, Dad, now you've mentioned it, I am a bit boracic at the moment. Boracic lint, skin. I mean, I could use a tenner if, you know.
You know, Mark, you might find it easier to earn a living if you're a bit tidier.
Oh, here we go
I mean,
again.
look at you, visiting home on a Sunday dressed like... I'm pretty broad-minded, but there are more appropriate garbs than jeans and a T-shirt with Wedgwood Ben for Pope.
Yeah, all right, point taken. Look, I'll pop up the spare room. I've got some other clothes in the wardrobe, all right?
No, you can't go up there. No,
Why?
I've got some secret papers up there. It's a new product we're bringing out. It's a breakthrough in non-wobble jellies. It's all pretty hush-hush.
What do you think I am, an industrial spy?
No, of course not. No, Mark, but you know, it's the rules. Look, I'll tell you what. You go into the kitchen and get us some grub, eh? There's cold aspirin medicine in the fridge.
Hello.
Oh, there. Yes, it's hello. It's Mark, my son. I can't just throw him out.
Oh, I suppose not. Oh, hell.
It's all right. I'll get rid of him in a minute or two.
Well, this is really getting me in the mood.
Do you think perhaps you ought to call it a day?
Do you want to?
Hey, oh, me? No, I don't want to. I thought you might want to.
Oh, I don't want to.
Oh, good. Good. The only snag is he wants to come in this room to get some clothes. I think perhaps you'd better go to Linda's room.
Oh, great.
Yes, I am sorry. I am sorry. Yes, that's all right, Mark. You can come up now.
No, it's all right. I just remembered I gave him the young Trotskyist jumble sale.
Oh, I see. Oh, good. Right. Oh, I've got to move my jellies for nothing then. Oh, it doesn't matter. Fine.
Oh, sorry, Dad, sorry. Oh, what about my 20 quid?
I thought you said a tenner.
Well, you wouldn't refuse your own dustbin, would you?
Dustbin?
Dustbin lid, kid.
Oh. Don't forget you still owe me £70.
Do I? Well, I tell you what, if you make it 30, I'll owe you the round 100. It's easier to remember.
Oh, look. Oh, my God, who's that? There's another one. I don't care who it is. I'm not coming in. Oh, it's you, Tom, yes.
Yes, I know.
Well?
Well, Lindy Plots asked me to call round.
Yes, to see Elizabeth. No, she's gone to Worthing.
Yes, I know. Oh, hello, Mark.
Hello, Four Eyes. Where's Big Sister?
Well, Lindy Squidge is tied up with the children.
Yeah, it is hot, isn't it?
It's very thirst-making.
Want a beer, do you?
Oh, thank you. I'm not a heat person. I sweat very freely.
Yes, I had noticed.
I have very open pores. Lindy sweats quite a bit, too. She has very open pores as
I don't
well.
think the old man wants to worry about the perfect marriage of your open pores.
No, there's nothing I'd like to hear less about, except perhaps the digestive organs of the praying mantis.
Actually, the digestive organs of the praying mantis.
Incidentally, how did you and Linda know that Elizabeth had gone to Worthing?
Oh, she rang us and happened to mention it.
Oh, I see, yes, and told you to drop in here and see if I was all right, eh?
Oh, no. Oh, one of us thought we might pop round, and since one of us had to look after the children, we tossed for it.
And you lost?
No, I won. We didn't like to think of you being lonely.
Fat chance of that! Who's this?
Your dustbins all right, are they?
Yes, not as noisy as they used to be.
Well, they're older.
No, we've got new ones. They're plastic. Hello, Major.
Oh, hello, Uncle Jimmy.
Oh, hello, all. Where's my favourite niece?
Tied up with the children.
Yeah, jolly good. Yeah, saw you on the idiot box last week, Mark, on the other side, which we don't watch. I just caught the end of it, you know. You were all sitting down here, smiling, eating fish fingers. Nice to see a play with a happy ending, Pretend.
Yeah, it was a nice play, a bit short, but interesting.
Yes. Yeah, I just happened to be passing, thought I'd pop in.
Oh, I see, Elizabeth phoned you as well, did she?
Yeah, she just happened to phone, yes. Didn't mention you. No, I was just passing.
And just popped in for some free nosh.
Now I'm here, I wouldn't mind any free nosh that's going. In fact, there's no beating about the bush, bit of a cock-up on the catering front. Kiddies yelling, distaff side in a Tiswas.
Yes, I'll get you something in a minute. Drink, Jimmy?
No, not for me, I'm as rash. I'll be in the doghouse. Whiskey, please.
Yeah.
Working hard these days, Reggie? Busy time in the pudding caper?
It's pretty busy, Jimmy, pretty busy.
Yeah, that's jolly good. Not working too hard, I hope. Don't want you going bonkers or kicking the bucket on us.
Cheers. Yes. Well, Elizabeth has obviously spoken to the whole family, so perhaps I'd better issue a bulletin. Reginald Perrin is as well as can be expected under the circumstances, all right?
What's wrong, old chap?
Do you think I might just pop up to Lindy Swindy?
No, you can't. No, just a minute, Tom. No, I'm awfully sorry. Why? Which
Well, Lindy Pops and I were having a little bet that you can see the spire of St. Peter's Church from her bedroom. I've got 50p on it that you can't.
No, I'm awfully sorry, Tom. You can't go. I've got some blueprints up there for my new non-stick jellies.
Non-wobble.
Yes, that's right. They're non-wobble and non-stick, so perhaps you realise how important they are. Yes, I'm sorry, Tom. I know you're not an industrial spy like do sit down. But I mean, stay. I'll get some. Give our drinks another guest, Mark. Well.
What would you like? Beery Weary, Tommy Squirps, huh?
Yeah, worried about old Reggie, overdoing it. Middle-aged, difficult time. Hinted as much. Tactfully as I could, fancy the thrust got home.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. We'll have to try another room. Tom wants to come in here.
Tom?
Yes, Tom's my son-in-law. Look, he and Linda have got a bet that you can see the spire of St. Peter's Church from this window.
Oh, well, so long as it's a good reason.
Oh, I am sorry.
If you say sorry once more, I shall hit you.
Oh, I am sorry. Oh, sorry.
Look, shall I go up in the loft, or is the borough surveyor coming round to look for dry rot?
Perhaps on second thoughts, perhaps you'd better go. Yes, I'll keep them busy downstairs while you slip away, yes?
Well, it'll take a minute or two. I've taken all my clothes off.
Oh, my God. Look, Jimmy's down there now as well.
Jimmy?
Yes. Oh, no. Look, there's a drain pipe just out here. You can get down there to the tree and onto the roof of the potting shed. It shouldn't be too difficult to scramble.
Lovely.
And be careful when you get down, because you've got to pass the window of the room we're all in.
What a perfect end to a perfect day.
You didn't plan it like this, Joan.
I should hope not.
All right, that's fine. Yes, another drink for everybody?
No, thank you. If the coast's clear, I'll go up.
No, it's not quite clear yet. Can I just look at this? I found some fascinating things yesterday in the loft. I was looking around in the attic and I found one or two. Look at this. This is a wedding photo from the day I got married.
Oh, yeah. Hey, who's the geezer with the boozer's cough?
The geezer, as you call him, is your Uncle Percy Spillinger, yes. He got very drunk at the reception. He was found 2 days later singing Scotland the Brave on top of the church at East Grinstead. And the chap next to him with the stick-out ears is Lance Corporal Sprocket. Yes, he was my best man. Yes, he was easily the best. Next to him is, of course, your grandmother. Yes, budding resemblance to a hippopotamus already faintly to see. Yes, it's an awful wedding, wasn't it, Jimmy? Yes, Lance Corporal Sprocket made a dreadful speech. I had a nosebleed and the wedding cake collapsed. Yes, lucky you and Linda weren't there, Mark.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yes, absolutely. No, do come away. No, it's bad luck to look through the window, Jimmy. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this fascinating? It's a stuffed trout I caught at CJ's place. That's my boss's place down in Hampshire.
Oh, interesting.
I eat a lot of fish.
Oh,
I'm a fish person.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but you've been more interested in this, Tom. Look at this. This is, what is it? Yes, it's an empty tube of Nurse Jenkins' water eradicator.
Awkward one as warts. Get one before you can say Jack Robinson, you're covered in the blind.
Yes.
Fascinating. I'd better look at that church before the storm.
Yes, but everybody look at this. Everybody. This is really fascinating. This will interest you. Yes, I used to play cricket when I was a kid with dice, And this is my England versus my girls. That's the girls I had a crush on at the time. I was only 14. Just a minute, Mark. Listen to this. Sit down. England batted first and made 188 all out. Hutton got 67. Edith Piaf 4 for 29. Yes, all tweakers. She could here's the girls' reply. Fat receptionist at Margate bowled Vose 28. Cousin Andrea caught Leyland bowled Larwood 2. Oh, absolute blinder. Tall girl on the 821 not out 92. Greta Garbo LBW bowled Vose Naught. Went home then, had no more to do with it. Blonde waitress at the Cardoma bowled Verity 11. Violet Bonham Carter not out 56. Girls won by 5 wickets.
I'm not a cricket person.
Interesting. Pity the tall girl on the 821 didn't get her ton.
Absolutely.
Might have done it. Violet Bonham Carter hadn't hit 2 sixes off successive balls.
Oh, yeah, spotted that.
I'll go for a bangers.
Go for a what?
Bangers and mash.
Yes, but
Just don't look at that church.
Yes, but you haven't seen my collection of tram tickets. We should come away from that window, Jimmy. It's awfully bad to look.
I've known men go mad in this kind of weather.
Yes. Really?
Yes. One very thundery weekend in Cyprus, fellow by the name of Sergeant Bernstein.
Aye.
Taffy, we called him. Best shove halfpenny player in Farmagusta. Very sound chap, good mechanic. Suddenly went bonkers, became convinced he was a Forsythia bush. All protestations to no avail. Went off to the Jewish MO to get himself pruned.
Yes. I'm not going bonkers, Jimmy, I can assure you.
Perrin, of course you're not. Perish the thought. I wasn't hinting anything.
No, well, everything all right?
Oh, better out than in.
Oh, good, yes.
Couldn't see it because of the storm.
Oh, good. Nothing unusual up in Linda's room at all?
No, why?
No, why should there be? No. Nothing untoward at all, then?
No.
Good, excellent, absolutely. Yes, Jimmy, I do wish...
Hey, wait! Look, a woman crawling through the shrubbery.
Silly, don't be
Yes,
silly.
see the bushy top tree, middle foreground? Hey, you there! Hey, you! Stop!
Jimmy,
come back!
No, Jimmy, no, it's all. That's Mrs. Youngman from the village.
Oh, really?
She's a bit, Yes, we always let her crawl through our shrubbery. Morning, Jen.
Morning, Mr. Perrin.
Did you have a nice weekend?
Not very, Mr. Perrin.
I'm sorry about that, Jen.
Did you have a nice weekend, Mr. Perrin?
No, not very.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Oh, God, I can't sit looking at that damn thing all day.
Leslie Woodcock
Yes.
from Trifles phoned. He wants to see you about this year's Sunshine Dessert Strollers production.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, he said that he thought last year's Harold Pinter was a bit heavy, so they're thinking of doing a musical spoof on desserts and called the Dessert Song.
My God! Joe, those windows have still not been repaired. Give me the 24-hour emergency maintenance service, please.
Hello, maintenance. I have Mr. Perrin for you.
24-hour emergency maintenance service. Now, not come in yet. Get me Mr. Burlap, would you? Burlap, yes, Perrin here. Thank you. Did you get to the laundrette? Burlap, Perrin here. Look, these windows have still not been repaired. I'm sorry, Mr. Burlap. I don't care if all your employees have got mumps. The point... They have. Right, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it doesn't do any permanent damage to the... I'm sorry, Mr. Burlap. I'm sorry, but I want somebody here this morning, and I absolutely insist that both of these windows are repaired before I leave this evening. Is that clearly understood? Thank you, Burlap. Goodbye. You see, Joan? Bit of firmness, bit of authority.
Both your windows, Mr. Perrin. There's only one broken.
Oh, yes. Yes, well, we'll soon see about that, won't we? A new town, new life. I can go anywhere, do anything, be anyone. I am free. Yes, I think I'll be an Australian today. Excuse me, sport. Where's the nearest friggin' boozer where I can get me a frosty? No, don't think I'll be an Australian. It's not a bad little town. 4 antique shops, 3 potteries, and 2 boutiques. No, I don't think I live here.
Lady French today.
Excuse me, my Frenchman. Could you tell me where's a good hotel where I can get fine foods and fine wines?
I could.
It's not a bad little place, though. Might live here. 7 antique shops, 6 potteries, 5 boutiques.
4 tea shops, 3 French bistros, 2 art galleries.
No, definitely won't live here. This is Chilhampton, St. Peter, those summer holidays, Uncle Percy's farm. Oh, yes. Now, this is the place for me. And how shall I be today? Well known, yes, but not too famous, I think. I know. Oh, thank you very much indeed. My name's Wensley Amherst, by the way.
What brings you to our little town, Mr. Amherst?
Oh, I think he was living here, actually. I used to come here for my holidays when I was very young, yes. I had my very first girlfriend here, Angela Borrowdale. We used to go up Lover's Lane together. Lover's Lane still there, is it?
Oh, it's a neo-Georgian estate now.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry, what you were saying?
I said we get a nice crowd in here.
Ah, yes.
There's Vince Cameron, the film director. You know, he made Bloodlust, Gore Valley and Rape Village. He's ever so nice.
Yeah, he sounds it.
Yes, and then there's Arnold Notley of Notley Cement, Arthur Nettle the Mountaineer, oh, he was a lad, Dave Binstead and his Bandoleros, their characters, Matt Pickaxe Harris, the Explorer.
Yes. Yes, I was hoping to meet some ordinary country people.
Oh, there aren't any more of those, no. They can't afford to live here.
Oh, I see. Pity. Yes, I used to come in this very pub, actually, yes, with an awful, spotty, smelly boy called Alf, always sniffing. Yes, he used to walk home across the fields full of beer, try and put the glowworms out. Wasn't there a darts board in that corner?
It took up too much room.
Oh, I see. Yes, it's all coming back now. There's another girl. No, I can't remember her name. Yes. Always riding her blasted horse. Large, nervous, highly strung, shaggy, bad-tempered creature. I can't remember what the horse was like. I used to fill it up with sweet martini. She'd take me round the back of the quarry. Rosie, that was it. Rosie Wilson. Yes, good Lord, Rosie Wilson. Yes, I don't think I was the only one she took round the back of that quarry. Oh, I'm awfully sorry. Will you have a drink, Miss...
Rosie. And the horse was a chestnut.
Awfully sorry, Rosie. Didn't recognise you after all. Hey, what have you been doing with yourself all these years, then?
No, not much. I married the awful spotty, smelly boy called Alf who was always sniffing.
Look, I must dash.
You are Sir Wensley?
Thank you, landlord. Thank you. Very good health. How often have I dreamt of beer like that as I cut laboriously through the mangrove swamps of the Amazon basin with my pickaxe.
Oh, you're an explorer, sir.
Yes, got it in one, yes. Yes, Mad Pickaxe Amherst, my friends call me. Yes. You may have noticed my limp as I entered your charming hostelry.
No, sir.
Yes, it's there. It was a relic of there it is. There's the limp you see I was referring to. It's a relic of a fall on the Matterhorn.
Oh, you're a mountaineer as well, sir.
Yes, that's right, yes, right again. Yes, mountaineer, explorer, cement tycoon, band leader, gourmet, and sex maniac. If you've read my book, Up the Limpopo Without a Paddle, you may recall the chapter where I enjoyed the favours of 7 Javanese go-go dancers in one night in a Shanghai Methodist mahjong parlour.
Very interesting life, sir.
Yes, indeed, yes. But see here, my good fellow, I really don't want you to treat me any differently just because I'm a celebrity and a knight of the realm.
Well, of course not.
Yeah.
I wonder if you'd mind moving off that stool, sir. Lord Peacock likes to use that stool.
Oh, of course, yes. I'll park myself over here, shall I?
There you are, Lord Amherst.
Thank you kindly.
Did I hear correctly? Are you Lord Amherst?
Yes, I have that pleasure. And one or two others. Yes.
You don't remember me?
No, afraid I don't. Not very clever with people.
I'm Jean Timkins. I met you at Lady Crowhurst's.
Ah, yes, of course. Lady Crowhurst, yes.
Why don't you come and join me?
Yes. Come. A game leg, I'm afraid. Really took the quest to run. Two-man bob.
How thrilling. Tell me, what's the crest to run like?
It's fast. God, I can't get this up. May I be so bold as to ask what you're reading?
It's a picture of my house. I'm selling it.
Oh, very nice. 3 recep, 5 bedroom, 3 bathroom. That's very nice.
I have a wonderful staircase. Magnificent mouldings.
Yes, I'm sure you have.
Why don't you potter over and take a peek? It's only a stone's throw.
Yes.
It's like talking to a brick wall.
Yes. Yes, I'm sorry, won't you?
I said, I have a rather intriguing sunken ha-ha.
Ah, I'm sure you have. This woman had let me make love to her, and 3 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and 2 receptions. And I don't want to. I love Elizabeth.
What?
I'm sorry, Jean, it's no good. Sorry, Jean. Terribly sorry. It's all been a dreadful mistake. Afraid I have to go now because I've got 1 or 2 things to on the farm. Wonder how they're getting on without me. Nothing's changed. Yes, they'll all be in the feathers. Be nice to go in and have a look. Like to hear what they're saying about me. If anything. No, be recognised. Of course, not with this lot on. Anyway, they think I'm at the bottom of the sea. Anyway, I'll be Welsh. Morning, landlord. Right to you. Yes, half a bitter, please. There they are. Pint of bitter, please. Barrel brown, hop heavy, malt, milk dale to slake a Cambrian thirst. Hey, boyo. Right, there you are. I think you'll find that correct. All the very best. God, only been dead a month, they're laughing their heads off. That's all they think of me. Sad about Perrin. Yes, very sad, yes. Hey, heard the one about the Irish kamikaze pilot?
What's up with you, David? I was just thinking. Poor old Reggie. Only a month ago, he was no further from me than you are now.
It's made me wonder what life's all about. I don't like it. I didn't get where I am today wondering what life's all about.
I still can't really believe he snuffed it.
Yes, I don't like it. It started me thinking. I didn't get where I am today by thinking. My father once caught me thinking. And I'll never forget what he said. CJ, he said, we were never close. CJ said, remember this. Philosophy doesn't get the washing up done.
Anyway, Reggie's going has been good for you, Tony.
Yes.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good.
Yes, I have every confidence in you, Tony. Every confidence that you will manage the exotic ices project just as well as Reggie Perrin.
Thank you, CJ. Great.
Super.
If not better.
Thank you, CJ. Great.
Super.
What did you two chaps think of Reggie Perrin, eh?
I think he was a bit unpredictable.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he wasn't always unpredictable. Sometimes he was very predictable. But you could never predict when he was going to be predictable and when he was going to be unpredictable.
Yes. What did you think, Tony?
Well, frankly, CJ, I think he was a decent enough chap who just wasn't quite up to it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, have you heard the one about the Irish kamikaze pilot?
Yes.
Oh, God, what have I done? I'm all alone in the world now. No family, no friends. I want to see her. I love her. And I want to make sure she isn't seeing Henry Posset.
Excuse me? Are you looking for Mrs. Perrin?
Aye. I'm there. Okay.
She's gone to Worthing. Her mother's in hospital.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for new. I'm going to see her. I'm going to talk to her. Listen, I'll be an Italian tourist.
Yes, that's what I'll do. Careful, Reggie. Talking to yourself out loud now.
Oh, no. She's with Henry Posset.
Scusi, where is station? The railway stop.
Oh, well, we're going that way. I'll give you a lift.
Oh, please. Italians, take a vacation, holiday.
How are you liking England?
Oh, molto bene, much well, yes. Worthing, beautiful. Begnereges, beautiful. Crawley, Newton, beautiful.
Quando io ero in Italia in vacanza.
Speak Italian. Bravo, it's good. Yes. But I in England only English speak because I learn, yes. Yes.
I didn't know you spoke Italian.
He would.
Yugoslavian, French, Danish, Swedish.
He would.
Finnish, Norwegian, Serbo-Croat, Russian and Spanish.
Oh, it's good. I heard Englishmen not much foreign speak.
Plus a smattering of Urdu and a little functional Swahili.
He bloody would.
Oh, my darling Elizabeth, I'm writing this to tell you that I am not dead, that I love you and always will. I know this will come as a great shock after 10 weeks, but I simply have to write. My name is now Donald Potts, and I am living in a bed-sitter. It's horrible, and I like it. Last week when I... come in. Oh,
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Mr. Deacon.
Yes, I know. I'm Mr. Potts.
Oh, hello, Mr. Potts.
Mr. Deacon.
Everything all right?
Yes, everything's all right. Payments for yes, payments.
Only we haven't had lodgers before, not so you'd speak of.
Right.
Not till we took in Miss Pershaw from the Scots wool shop, that is. But there, the boys are gone, and the inflation and Mrs. Deacon's legs, and none of us are getting any younger as regards that.
Yes, quite understand, Mr. Deacon, yes.
As regards all the lights going out suddenly, don't worry. They do that when Mrs. Deacon watches BBC Two. She's an aficionado of Alias Smith and Jones.
All right, I'll take that in my stride, then, Mr. Deacon.
Well, as regards that, I'm a very decent landlord.
I'm sure you are.
We're a very devoted couple.
Well, I noticed.
It's a very happy house.
Yes. Last week, when I posed as an Italian and got a lift in your car, on which, incidentally, the road tax has run out, oh, God, I knew what matters most. Really matters most to me is your happiness, darling. Don't worry about me. I have no money left, but I
have applied for a job in which I think I will be very happy.
Sit down.
Oh, tall Gav, very much.
Name?
Potts Donald. Yes.
Why do you want to work in the Parks Department?
I like the open air life, sir.
Do you have much experience of gardening?
Yes, I've done a lot of odd jobs in gardens.
I see. Odd jobs. What job are you in at the moment?
Temporarily unemployed, sir.
Oh, splendid. What jobs have you done?
You name it, I've done it.
I'd rather you named it, Mr. Potts.
Decorating, tiling, plastering, guttering, perching.
Perching?
Gutter perching. That's like perching on gutters.
Do you have any references?
No.
Good. Splendid. Have you ever been inside?
So what? I pay for what I've done.
What did you do?
6 months.
Yes, but what crime did you commit?
Embezzlement, sir.
Oh, fine. That's most satisfactory.
Well, I turned over a new leaf, sir.
Yes, and if you come to work for us, you'll turn over a lot of leaves. Do you drink, Mr. Potts?
Only to excess, sir.
Excellent.
Yes, I lost my Doris's was over that, sir, on account of the drinking and the embezzling and the kipper throwing.
I see, throwing kippers.
Yes, I do a lot of that.
Well, you seem to be just the sort of chap we're looking for. So many of our applicants these days have A-levels and university degrees, ex-sale directors and nuclear scientist dropouts. No use to us at all, never know where you are with them. You're the sort of chap we're looking for. A lazy, criminal drunkard. You can start on Monday.
Ah, thank you, sir. In the municipal park, sir.
Good heavens, no. In the North Hillingley Sewage Reclamation Works.
I have been here a week now, darling, and I still haven't finished writing this letter. I found the routine of my job very difficult at first, but now I'm falling in with it. Oh, hello, Mr. Deacon.
I'll come straight to the point. You're coloured, aren't you?
No, I'm just a bit sunburnt from the open-air life, that's all, Mrs.
Not that I'm prejudiced, but it's the religious side, isn't it? I mean, you got your customs, we got ours.
I'm not pleased, well-coloured, Mrs. Deacon.
It's Mr. Deacon I'm thinking of. It's his legs. The inflation's hit them badly as our day down the electricity. You can't expect him to sit there facing Mecca while he has his tea. Wouldn't stand for it.
I'm as white as what you are, Mrs. Deacon. Look, see?
Smell of curry all over the house.
Carinade, a Scotch egg for me supper, that's all.
There you are, then. All that foreign food. You nignogs are all the same.
My landlady seems very nice. I often miss you, but I know that I could never again offer you the support that you need. I can't believe in the expansion of industry, the challenge of the common market, any of the claptrap. So much seems ridiculous. The shape of this pen strikes me as ludicrous. I can't take the male sexual organ seriously. The sight of a pumice stone will be liable to drive me hysterical, and I shall never again be able to look at your mother without thinking of a hippopotamus. I just did, and it was lovely. I had to leave you, darling. I felt as if I was going sane and mad at the same time. But then the words sane and mad don't have much meaning, do they? So few words do. Blue, green, butter, kettle. Even blue is green to some people, and others can't tell butter from mine.
Oh, you'll upset Mrs. Deacon, Donald.
Oh, sorry, Mrs.
She's an
Deacon.
emotional woman. It's a lonely life for her. Garstan Rise isn't Paris, you know.
Yes, I realise that, Mrs. Deacon.
Did she say you was coloured?
Yes, yes.
Oh, it started again. Well, you don't want to worry as far as that goes. She always goes on like that. She won't even let her own brother in the house. Says he's a Sikh.
Oh.
She claims she looked in his front room and saw he was wearing a turban.
And was he?
Of course he wasn't. He'd washed his hair and he'd got a towel round his head.
Oh,
she even thinks the vicar's a Parsi.
Oh,
it's all a pigment of her imagination,
Yes. Scratch the surface of our suburban normality and dark depths are soon revealed, eh, Mr. Deacon?
Right, and after everything I've done for her, redecorated, rewired the whole house.
It just shows you. Oh, there they go.
No, it's all right. She's watching Call My Bluff. Only lasts half an hour.
All right, Mr. Deacon. Thank you very much. Oh, my darling Elizabeth. We never talked enough or loved enough or lived enough. When did I last tell you that I love you, which I do so very much? It's hard to know that I shall never see you again, and I can't even send you this letter, and that you'll never receive my best wishes for the future, and how much I love you. Your ever-loving Reggie.
A friendly word of advice, Donald.
Yes, Mr. Deacon.
As regards getting involved in emotional entanglements with Miss Pershaw downstairs from the Scots wool shop that's closing to make way for the new supermarket that's going to make way for the new pedestrian precinct with escalators, don't.
I hope you don't mind my inviting myself in, Donald, but I'm quite out of coffee.
No, not at all, Miss Pershaw.
I'm slightly inebriated. I've been plied with strong liquor by my friends from the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh.
Luckily, Father taught me how to hold my drink.
Oh, did he really?
He was a stalwart of the Great Malvern Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, yes.
He was very strict. It was his life's ambition that when I grew up I should become a virgin.
And did you, Miss Pershaw?
In the end. You may not believe this, Donald, but I have never given myself to a man.
Oh, no, I can believe that, Miss Pershaw.
Call me Ethel.
I'm sorry, I can believe that, Ethel.
Mr. Wright never came along.
Oh, dear.
I was always particular. I could never bring myself to give myself to riffraff.
Yes, quite right, Ethel, quite right.
You're not riffraff, Donald.
Oh, tar very much, Miss Ethel.
Do you think I've missed life's greatest experience, never having given myself to a man?
Well, it depends what you want out of life, doesn't it, Ethel?
Oh, you're so right,
Yes.
Donald. Sex isn't always the best thing.
Not always, no.
You've got him,
No, that's Mrs. Deacon watching television.
It's fate.
No, it's a midnight movie. Come on, not quickly. Not to go, Miss Pershaw.
Why not pop in for a spot of luncheon tomorrow? We can watch the 1:30 from Market Race.
Very nice thought, but I do have a prior engagement, Miss Pershaw. Thank you. Good night. Henry Posset? No! I must go back. I must. How? Come on, tell her. After all, it's your daughter. Don't be frightened of your own daughter. You don't recognise me, do you?
No, I'm afraid I don't. Was I expecting you?
No, definitely not. Most definitely not.
Are you the man about the boiler?
No, I'm not the man about the boiler.
You aren't the Phantom of the Thames Valley?
No. I'm not the Phantom of the Thames Valley either.
How do you know my name?
Prepare yourself for a shocker. You won't faint, will you?
No, of course I won't faint.
Well,
Who are you? Oh!
Yes, darling, yes, it's me, Daddy. I didn't kill myself. And that's about it, really.
You really pretended to be all those people?
Yes.
You're really living in a room where the lights go off whenever the landlady watches BBC Two?
Yes.
You're really working at a sewage plant?
Yes.
You're really in it, aren't you?
Yes.
Dad. And now you want to go back to Mum?
Yes, you think it'll be a shock for her?
Well, I don't think she'll say, "Oh, you're not dead, have a cup of tea."
No, I suppose not. Look, Linda, I was wondering if you could possibly break the
Oh,
news.
Dad.
No, I'm thinking of her. I'm not frightened to tell her, but I think it might be better coming from somebody else, preferably another woman.
Do you think so?
Yes.
All right, Dad, I'll tell her.
Oh, thanks.
I'm expecting her round this morning. Might as well get it over with.
Oh, right.
Oh, Daddy. We must celebrate. Tom's got some new prune wine we haven't tried yet.
I'd rather celebrate.
Dad, I think you'd better see this.
Nude osteopath found in topless model's cupboard.
No. Here.
There's shortly to be a memorial service for Climthorpe man Reginald Perrin, who is presumed to have killed himself, and his clothes were found recently on a beach in Dorset. Oh, got back just in time, didn't I?
You can't go to your own memorials.
Why not? Well, I thought of all people, I've got a right to be there.
Yes, but there won't be a service if everyone knows you're not dead.
No, I suppose not. Pity. This is?
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yes, lovely.
Yes, it is. Now, come on, Dad, come with me into the kitchen.
My teeth.
And stay there. Yes.
No, I don't want
no,
my teeth.
Come on. Now, stay there till I call you and keep out of sight.
All right.
Hello, Mum. Come in.
Hello, Linda.
I've got something to tell you, Mum. There's someone I want you to meet.
Oh, that sounds intriguing. I've got some news for you, too.
Prepare yourself for a shock, Mum.
I'm going to be married.
What?
Don't look so shocked, Linda. It's only to Henry Posset. Oh, dear. Isn't that awful saying only Henry Posset?
Mum, you can't.
Oh, dear, do you think it's too soon? We won't announce it for a long while yet. I'm sure if Reggie could talk to me, he'd say it was what he wanted.
I'm sure he wouldn't.
Well, we can't ask him, can we, where he is?
No.
I know it's a bit of a shock to begin with, but you'll get used to the idea in time. How? Who's this mysterious stranger you want me to meet?
What? Oh, the plumber.
That certainly is a shock. They're so difficult to find these days.
Yes. Would you come in here for a minute, please, if you've finished your wine?
Wine? I hope I'm not a snob, Linda, but aren't you being a little over-friendly with your plumber?
Oh, he's a very good plumber. I want to keep him. Come in.
Yes.
The plumber, this is my mother. My mother, this is the plumber. I know you two have got a lot in common.
Really, Linda? How do you do?
How do you do? I've heard a lot about you, lady, yes.
Have you? Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
No, I've done a lot of chimney sweeping over Climthorpe, where you may spot me there.
Yes, I thought I'd see you.
Well, I think I'll be off now, miss. Thank you very much, and see you again. That's right.
Just a minute.
Yes, what is it?
Have you got one of your cards on you? Good plumbers don't grow on trees, and I'd like some work done on my house before I get married.
Oh, yeah, awfully sorry, lady. I'm just having them printed up. I haven't got any on me at the moment. I'll let...
Yes, what is it?
I hope you both be very happy.
Thank you. wants to know if we're going over to see her on Sunday.
Ah. Better be off. Time and motion wait for no man.
There you are. Umbrella.
Okay, darling.
Briefcase.
Okay, darling.
Back at the usual time.
Of course.
Oh, wait. There's a piece of white cotton on your coat.
Ah, narrow escape. London businessman saved from white cotton terror.
Well, have a good day at the office.
I won't.
Damn, wanted to have a look at the roads on Sunday. Now I've got to go over and see the hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus?
No, not a hippopotamus. It's Elizabeth's mother.
Blasted hay fever.
Have you got a tissue, Reggie? I shall have forgotten mine.
I'm sorry, Peter, I haven't. You can use my Venezuelan trade supplement.
Finished.
I'm stuck top left-hand corner. I don't know any Bolivian poets. Morning, Joe.
Morning, Mr. Perrin.
11 minutes late. Staff difficulties at Hampton Wick.
Leslie Woodcock from the Trifle Department phoned. He wants to talk to you about the farewell present for Doris Coldblow from Crumbles.
How long has she been here?
3 years, and she's a bitch.
We sent 10p. Right, let's start last night's letter, shall we, to Jeff Maynard, Randall's Farm near the Somerby. Thank you for your letter of the 7th inst. I'm sorry you're finding it inconvenient to change over to the Metzinger scale. Let me assure you that many of our suppliers are already finding the new scale is the most realistic method of grading plums and green gauges. With the coming of metrication, I feel confident that... the advent of metrication, I feel confident that the bloody phone will ring all day.
Hello? Oh, I'll see if he's in. Are you in it, CJ?
Yes, I'm in.
Yes, he's in.
Hello, CJ. Yes, CJ, yes. Certainly, CJ. As any time this morning will suit me best. Certainly, CJ. Seeing CJ 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Send them in, Marion. Sit down, gentlemen.
Sorry. I think it's the chairs, CJ.
Most embarrassing. I must complain to the makers. Well, gentlemen, It's all stations go on this exotic ISIS project. The pigeon woman has put in a pretty favourable report. I didn't get where I am today without knowing a favourable report when I read one.
Great. Super.
So the next thing to do is to make a final decision about our flavour.
Yes, well, we're having a tasting in my office tomorrow. Sir J. Jones laying it all on.
You've got a good woman there.
Yes.
What?
Nothing, Sir J.
Ice creams based on exotic fruits. This one's going to be a real winner. I didn't get where I am today without being a real winner when I see one. Great.
Super.
That's about it then. Would you stay behind a minute, Reggie? Cigar?
Oh, thank you, Sir J.
Young Tony's a good lad.
Yes, Sir J.
I'm grooming him.
Yes, Sir J.
This exotic ISIS project, very exciting.
Yes, Sir J.
Do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
Depends on the question.
This one's very personal indeed. Are you losing your drive?
No, Sir J, I'm not losing my drive.
I'm glad to hear it. We're not one of those dreadful firms that think a chap no good after he's 46. Goodbye, Reggie.
Nice, Sir J. Ah, 11 minutes late. Signal failed at Vauxhall. Thank you, darling.
Had a good day at the office?
No. What's for supper?
Liver and bacon.
Ah.
Oh, Mother rang. She wants to know if we're going over to see her on Sunday. Are you listening, Reggie?
Yes, of course I'm listening. What?
I said, do you mind if we go over and see Mother on Sunday?
Sorry, what?
I said, do you mind if we go over and see Mother on Sunday?
Yes, that's what I thought you said.
Well?
Well, what?
Do you mind?
No, of course not. I'll go and see the hippo first thing on Sunday. Go and see your mother. Better be off. Time and motion wait for no man.
There you are. Umbrella.
Good darling.
Briefcase.
Good darling.
Back at the usual time.
Of course.
Wait. Your zip's undone.
Oh. Quick-thinking housewife saves dormitory town from zip horror.
You wouldn't want Mrs. Milford to see you with your zip undone.
No, I suppose not. Goodbye, darling.
Have a good day at the office.
I won't.
I don't suppose there's a Venezuelan trade supplement today.
Borrow my handkerchief if you don't mind, one with R.I.P. on it.
Finished.
Huh? Well, I'm stuck bottom right-hand corner. I don't know any traditional headgear worn by midwives on Baffin Island. Morning, Joan.
Morning, Mr. Perrin.
11 minutes late. Staff shortages at 9 Elms. Right, let's get on with last night's letter, shall we? To LD... Nice dress, Joan, is it new?
I've had it 3 years. Right, I'm ready. I said I'm ready.
Ready for what?
Well, the letters, of course.
Oh, yes, yes. Yes, to LD Mayhew, Mile End Farm, Bamstead, St. Peter. Thank you for your letter of the 18th, but I'm sorry we will not be able to renew the contract for your rhubarb under the new common market agreement. We have undertaken to buy Euro rhubarb from France in exchange for Euro plums, which the French re-export to Italy in exchange for Dutch greengages from Austria. In the circumstance, would you get me Doc Morrissey, extension 242?
Oh, you will?
I don't know. Not that Doc Morris will help. All he ever does is tell you he's got it worse, gives you 2 aspirins.
I don't know. He was very thorough with me that time I was chesty. Hello, Mr. Perrin for you.
Doc, yes, Reggie Perrin, yes. I'm coming down to see you. This morning will be best for me. Right. Seeing Doc Morrissey, 2:30.
Come in. Ah, Reg.
Hi, Doc.
That secretary of yours got any more chest trouble?
No.
Oh, pity.
No, it's about me, actually.
You could always open the window so she sits in the draught.
Yes. Now, I've been feeling rather odd, Doc. You know, legs feel heavy, I keep shivering. I don't exactly feel ill, huh?
Do you find you can't concentrate?
Sorry, what?
You can't concentrate? You're having headaches at all?
Yes, just been having them.
Don't take the
regularly.
thermometer out of
sorry.
your mouth. Are you sleeping well?
No, but
don't talk with the thermometer.
No, sorry, I've been sleeping
Don't
very
take the
badly.
thermometer. How's that boy of yours? How's his acting coming along? Oh, he should stick to the amateur stuff like his father. Yours was the finest Othello I've ever seen. Definitive. Albert Finney couldn't have done better. The best Othello that Sunshine Dessert Strollers ever had. Pity Edna Meadows from Dispatch made such an adenoidal Desdemona. What's your boy's name again? Oh, it's... Cross-tick? Oh, Mark, that's right, yes, of course. How's your girl? What's her name? Linda, isn't it? How's she? Oh, pregnant again? Running to fat, yes. Are your bowel movements up to scratch? Wetting the bed? You go first thing in the morning? Ah, yes, of course, that's right, yes. Where are we going for our holidays this year? Oh, elephant hunting.
Oh, Wales.
Could you just stand up and open your shirt?
Yes. Okay.
Good. Right. That's it. had any dreams about naked sportswomen?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I have. How on earth did you know it? Only last night I dreamt I was watching the Whiteman Cup at Wimbledon, yes. Everyone was stark naked, even the line judges.
Who won?
To be honest, I didn't much bother with the scores. I think it was the ones with the very big first serves.
Has he got tickers racing like the clappers? Not surprising, really. Do you find you can't finish the crossword like you used to? Nasty taste in the mouth in the mornings. Can't stop thinking about sex. Can't start doing anything about sex. Wake up with a sweat in the mornings. Keep falling asleep during play for today.
Extraordinary, Doc. It's exactly how I've been feeling. Yes.
So do I. I wonder what it is. Here you are. 2 aspirin.
This mulberry and quince is super. Yum, yum.
Write it all down.
This lime's bleeding diabolical.
Write it all down. Yes, well, if you've all finished, ladies and gentlemen, Tony here will collect your cards and we'll have the verdict from the computer before you can say prune and pumpkin Neapolitan.
It's almost as exciting as the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yes, he did.
You have left undone those things that ought to have been done up.
All them chocolates.
That's a nice dress, Joan. Is it new?
You asked me that this morning.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for your efforts. You've been helping to launch a new sales campaign that can lift sunshine desserts out of the bad times you've been having.
What bad times?
Sorry, CJ, slip of the tongue. A sales campaign that can help to lift sunshine desserts out of the marvellous times you've been having into the even more marvellous times to come.
You feeling all right?
It's wonderful, CJ. I'm feeling wonderful. I'm just not awfully keen on ice cream.
What? Yes, well, I've got the results from the computer.
What? 2 minutes? What about that, eh?
Miracles of modern technology. Thank you, Tony. Well, we'll begin our sales campaign, and the 3 most popular flavours we'll start with are bookends, pumice stone, and West Germany.
What? There's been an electrical fault.
Oh, you amaze me.
This is no good, Perrin. I didn't get where I am today selling ice creams tasting of bookends, pumice stone, and West Germany.
Of course you didn't, Sir Jerry. What can I... There's obviously been... Excuse me, Sir Jerry. 11 minutes late. Derailment of container truck, Rains Park. Thank you, darling.
Had a good day at the office?
No. What's for supper?
Lamb cutlets.
Oh, by the way, are we going to go over and see the hippopotamus on Sunday? I said, are we going to go over and see the hippopotamus on... I thought, your mother.
What do you mean?
I thought I called her a hippopotamus for a change.
That's a horrid thing to say.
Yes. Pretty horrid having a mother-in-law who looks like a hippopotamus.
You missed the train?
Yes.
You'll be late.
Yes. Well, let's see what the day brings forth. And think of the name.
There you are.
Thank you, darling.
Umbrella.
Thank
Briefcase.
you, darling.
Wait! There's a piece of yellow fluff on your seat.
Oh, my God, it's lucky you noticed that. I can see the headlines now. New scandal rocks jittery city. Food firm executive found with yellow fluff on backside. Don't panic, urges Chancellor.
Oh, there's no need to be so sarcastic about
Does it matter, Don? What does any of it matter? I mean, why shouldn't I go to work on roller skates wearing a balaclava helmet, a kilt and a pair of long johns if we come to it?
Reggie, feeling all right?
Never felt righter.
Well, have a good day at the office.
You know, I just very well might.
pompous fool. The horrible blackheads all over his nose. Does he really think I'm doing the crossword properly?
Why should I, anyway?
From now on, I'm going to do everything differently. I'll show them.
Yeah. Rather easy today, huh?
Kept him. He's never more than 11 minutes late.
Morning, Joe. Ah. I couldn't meet a train because the sun was shining. It was 11 minutes late. Seasonal manpower shortages, Clapham Junction.
I'll leave you all to it.
Right, Joe, thank you. What's this, fashion show?
I'm Morris Coates, Crumley Advertising.
Oh, Reginald Perrin. Where's David?
No, he's ill in bed with stomach trouble from eating 36 ice creams.
Good. Now, this morning's meeting is, as you know, a meeting to discuss the advertising and sales campaign to promote our new exotic ices. Obviously, we had a tasting yesterday, and the computer, in its wisdom, decided the three most popular flavours were bookends, pumice stone, and West Germany. Yes, well, the correct result achieved without the aid of the computer was mango delight, fig surprise, and strawberry and lychee ripple.
Great.
There will be 2 new sales areas. David will be in charge of Hertfordshire, and Tony here will be in control of East Lancashire.
Great.
Now, would you be kind enough to give us your market report, Miss Pension?
Yes. 71% of housewives in East Lancashire and 81% in Hertfordshire expressed interest in the concept of exotic ice cream. Only 8% in Hertfordshire and 14% in Lancashire expressed positive hostility, whilst 5% expressed latent hostility. In Hertfordshire, 96% of the 50% who form 20% of consumer spending are in favour. 0.6% told us where we could put our exotic ice cream.
I'm sorry, I missed that. I was looking at the dust in the rays of the sun. See, rather pretty.
Well, I don't know what kind of campaign you wanted, of course, but I was just thinking, off the top of the head, beautiful girl, yoga position, which, let's face it, can be a very sexy position. Something like, off the top of the head, I find it much easier to meditate with a fig surprise ice cream, one of the new range of exotic ices from Sunshine.
Ludicrous.
Well, I'm just exploring angles. I mean, we'll have a whole team on this. I'm just sounding things out. What about sex?
It's great fun.
No, I mean, what sort of a sex angle are we going for?
I don't know. How about something like, just off the top of my head, of course, I like to stroke my nipple with a strawberry and lychee ripple.
All right. Fair enough. Sex is a bum steer. Incidentally, is the concept of a ripple in the ice cream sense of the word fully understood by the public? Is it?
Oh, in the Forest of Dean in 1967, 97.3% of housewives understood the concept of a ripple in the ice cream sense of the word.
I can't be bothered with all this. Life's too short. We'll be in touch then.
Yes, right. Goodbye.
This is a major breakthrough in the field of quality desserts.
Good.
I must say how much I admired the way you handled Morris and his third-rate ideas.
Great.
See you in the pub for lunch as usual?
Pub Thursday, cottage pie and beans, elbow jogged by that electronics crowd, warm beer all down my crutch note, and you know. Not see me in the pub for lunch as usual. I'm fed up. Lunch in the pub as usual. I shall dine today. Very much not as usual.
Finish your ravioli, signore?
Yes, it's very good, thank you.
Ravioli, signore?
Thank you.
Is it right, signore?
Yes, that's right, ravioli, yes. Yes, I ordered ravioli followed by ravioli.
Oh, bene.
I like ravioli.
A sweet, signore?
Yes, thank you. There's a ravioli.
More ravioli, signore?
Yes, it's very good, quite superb.
But ravioli is not a sweet, signore. Try zabaione.
Look,
Is a sweet.
I want ravioli. I came here for a balanced three-course meal. Ravioli, ravioli, and ravioli. Is that clear?
Si, signore. Ravioli, signore.
Thank you. That looks delicious.
Mr. Perrin?
Yes, of course I am. Why?
Well, you said you had a letter for me and you haven't spoken for 10 minutes.
Sorry, just rather full of ravioli. Yes! Yes, to the traffic manager, British Rail, Southern Region. Yes, sir. Every morning my train is 11 minutes late. This is infuriating. This morning I took a later train. This also is 11 minutes late. This also is infuriating. Why don't you retime all your trains to arrive 11 minutes late and they would all be on time? Yours faithfully, Reginald Perrin.
You're late.
Missed the train.
You've been drinking.
Yes, now I'm going to have another drink.
I wouldn't mind, but your supper's all dried up.
Oh, darling. If you represented the time the world has existed by the height of this room, mankind wouldn't even reach the top of the Underfelt. And if mankind was represented by London Zoo, the whole population of Climthorpe would be a sodden fag end in a plastic cup in the reptile house dustbin. Under the circumstances, it doesn't seem very important. My supper's all right up.
Well, it's my supper, too. Reggie?
Yes,
Why did you call Mother that thing?
I'm fed up doing things the same way. What could be more boring than calling her your mother all the time?
What's wrong, Reggie?
Nothing's wrong. I know things have never been right, I promise.
I do love you, Reggie.
Yes, of course, and so do I, yes. Now, that's a nice dress. Is it new?
I've had it 5 years.
Look, I tell you what, first thing Sunday, why don't we go over and see the hip... Go and see your mother. Eh? Yeah, everything's going to be all right, I promise.
I hope so.
Good. Now, come on, what is for supper?
Oh, nothing much. It's ravioli followed by ice cream.
rather fun being at your own memorial service. Shouldn't really be here, but I can't help feeling very proud. Pretty poor turnout, though, isn't it? What on earth will the vicar find to say?
Here are the gumboots you ordered, madam. Here are the gumboots you ordered, madam. My somewhat unusual text is taken from a play in which Reggie's son Mark has just made his West End debut. Mark's part in the play was not a large one. He had just one line. Yes, you've guessed it. Here are the gumboots you ordered.
I didn't get where I am today going on and on about gumboots.
Just one line, yet a vital line. For if the lady had not received the footwear in question, she would not have gone out into the farmyard mud that dark night. She would not have been ritually slaughtered by the maniacal cowman. And there would have been no play.
Sorry, I must have... Sorry.
I saw the play twice. On the first occasion, Mark got the line slightly wrong. He said, here are the madams you ordered, gumboot. But on the second occasion, the line was delivered by Mark with rare skill. He became that servant, handing over the gumboots and then retiring wistfully to the periphery of life's stage.
That's the 5th reference to gumboots.
I chose this text because I had a feeling that Reggie would have liked it. Reggie was a man with a taste for the unexpected. And I think he had an innate feeling for those on the periphery of life. The underdogs, the misfits, the backroom boys, the providers of life's actual and metaphorical gumboots.
6.
Reggie was essentially the kindly man. And we offer our sympathy to his wife, Elizabeth. And we offer our sympathy to his daughter, Linda, and her fine young husband, Tom. Indeed, the whole family feel united today. They are all deeply moved. It would be presumptuous of me to speculate on the reasons for Reggie's tragic death. It may well be that the rat race had grown increasingly distasteful to this least rat-like of men. Reggie was a kindly man. Were he here today, his sympathy would go out to that little bird that is flitting in fear across the vault of our lovely church. Let us also take comfort in our faith. There is a sense in which Reggie Perrin is not dead. He is in a very real and meaningful way here with us today, in this very church at this very time. Let us all remember Reggie Perrin in silence.
Oh, I don't think I've...
I was an old friend of Reggie's, Martin Wellborn. I lived in Brazil. We lost touch.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm having a few people back to the house. Would you care to join us?
Thank you very much.
Henry, this is Martin Wellborn, an old friend of Reggie's. I'm sure you two will get on like a house on fire.
How do you do?
It's like shaking hands with a warm mullet.
Congratulations on your engagement, Mr. Posset.
Oh, thank you. But, please, Elizabeth and I are trying to keep it a secret. It wouldn't be seemly to announce it yet, with Reggie still practically warm.
No, quite. Not with Reggie still practically warm, no. Now, I hadn't seen Reggie for 25 years, you know. I sequestered myself in Brazil following an amorous disappointment in Sutton Coldfield.
Let me introduce you to some people.
Yes.
Well, this is Reggie's daughter, Linda, and her husband, Tom. It's an old friend of Reggie, Mervyn Wishbone.
Oh, good. Let me get you something to eat.
No, thank you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Wishbone. Or should I say Daddy?
Try one of these scampi concoctions. Oh, they're delicious.
I think not.
Oh. Reggie was a nice man, but he didn't like me very much for some reason.
No, I don't think that's true.
You weren't there.
No, that's true.
Let me introduce you to Linda's Uncle Jimmy. Jimmy Anderson. This is an old friend of Reggie's from the Argentine, Melvin Washroom.
Hello. I'm a volleyball.
Oh, thank you.
You don't know that I like being sent on my way with scampi and chicken vol au vent.
Jack kicks the bucket. Everybody comes round. Nosh, nosh, gargle, gargle, rhubarb, rhubarb. Odd.
Yes, it's very odd, yes.
I've often wanted to know what's it like in Peru in winter.
No, Brazil.
Really, it's like Brazil.
No. I was in Brazil, not Peru.
Oh, sorry. Memory like a sieve. Could have sworn Tom said Peru.
No, Tom said the Argentine, but it was Brazil.
Oh. Well, what's it like in Brazil in the winter?
Chilly.
You must meet Reggie's son, Mark. Mark? Was an old friend of your father's from Brazil, Melvin Windscreen.
Oh, well, hello. Stupid sermon, that.
Oh, I rather liked it. How's the play going?
Oh, it closed on Saturday.
Oh, you're out of work then?
No, I wish I was. No, I'm doing an experimental German mine play in a converted railway shed in Kentish Town. It's very good, very Brechtian. It's called Can Egbert Pumpernickel Reach True Maturity and Defeat the Great Plague of the Walking Sticks?
Oh. Yeah. Do you play Egbert Pumpernickel?
No, I play a rolled umbrella.
Your father was an awfully nice chap, I always thought.
Well, yes, I suppose he was, come to think of it.
Yes, I suppose he was, come to think of it. What about when they made Reggie Perrin, they threw away the mould?
Oh, well, can I get you another kitchen?
Kitchen?
Kitchen sink, drink. Send the old pater off with a bit of a booze up.
Thank you, yes. Send the old pater off with a bit of a boozer.
I thought so. Martin Wellborn, indeed.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Oh, CJ, I don't think you've met a friend of Dad's from Brazil, Melville Windpipe.
How do you do? I was Reggie's boss. Any friend of Reggie Perrin is a friend of mine. When they made Reggie Perrin, they threw away the mould.
But I don't want to hear it from you.
Nice to meet you, CJ.
Odd sermon, that, eh, Windpipe? I think that fellow must have spent his life indulging in gumboot diplomacy, eh?
Oh, my God, he's cracking jokes now. What's happening?
So you were in Venezuela?
Brazil.
Same thing. I didn't get where I am today by knowing the difference between one foreign country and another. Excuse me, I must rescue Mrs. C.J. She finds company difficult.
Yes.
You know, you remind me of Reggie. Take away the beard and you'd be very similar.
By Jove, see it now?
Yes, a lot of people often used to say that. In fact, they used to call us the terrible twins.
Yeah, you look a bit older, of course. Well, not older, exactly, more or less young.
Yeah, yes. We were the same age, as a matter of fact, yes. Yes, my appearance is the result of the Brazilian climate.
Yeah, tricky blight of the climate. No wonder these foreigners are all a bit bonkers. Yes, I'd be a bit bonkers if I lived in Helsinki or Dakar.
Are they looking after you all right,
Yes.
Mr. Wellborn? It must be very difficult not knowing it.
Yes, it must. I mean, yes, it is, yes. Well, I think I'd better be on my way now, Mrs. Perrin, if you'll excuse me. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
May I say, Mrs. Perrin, you're exactly as I'd imagined you.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Wellborn?
Yes?
Perhaps I could take you for a drive one day. Show you a little of the English countryside.
Oh, thank you. Very nice.
Would you like that?
I'm sorry.
Well, if the idea doesn't bore you too much.
No, not at all, Mr. The idea doesn't bore me at all, Mrs. Perrin.
I'm so looking forward to hearing about Brazil.
What?
Oh, you must know it so well.
Yes.
And Brazil is the largest country in Latin America and the 5th largest in the world, comprising 3,287,195 square miles. It is bounded by every Latin American country except Chile and Ecuador,
So you are in, Donald. I was wondering if you felt like popping down to the Clytemnestra Arms for a pint of Guinness. I'm meeting some of my friends from the Chamber of Commerce.
Not very much, Miss Pershaw, but I'm reading, actually. Reading about Brazil, as a matter of fact.
Brazil is it now? Emigrating the moment my back is turned.
No, not emigrating, Miss Pershaw. Try not to be so bleeding ignorant, you know. Brazil to me, you know, is just big footballers and little nuts. Know what I mean?
Like you. Some of those footballers are rather nice. I have never married, but who knows, I might have done had my paths crossed those of Pele, Yassino, Rivellino. Oh, what about Saturday, Donald? Why don't you pop in for a cold collation and we can watch the 1:30 from Haydock Park?
Oh, very tempting, but I do have a prior engagement, Miss...
Prior engagement, my foot! More like another woman!
Do push up, Miss Pershaw. There are 5 main geographical zones: the Guiana Highlands in the north, the Great Lowlands of the southern, the Amazon Basin, Great Lowlands of the Amazon Basin, vast plateau, and the vast plateau and the highlands to the south of the Amazon, vast plateau and highlands to the south, vast plateau and highlands to the south.
The Great Lowlands of the Amazon Basin, the vast plateau and the highlands to the south of the Amazon, the basin of the Parona in the south, and the coastal plains of the east.
Your knowledge of it all is almost encyclopedic.
It's all so different here. I've enjoyed today the English countryside, the sun burning broken bottles in the hedges, glinting on upturned prams in village ponds, shining with a silvery sheen on the bellies of poisoned fish in the canal, flashing off notices saying, War Department, keep out. It's all changed, Elizabeth. And yet, to me, it's still, quite simply, home.
I've enjoyed it too. It's almost like being with Reggie again. This is nice.
Yes. Tell me, Elizabeth, wouldn't Henry Posset be upset if he knew I was here like this?
I've broken it off with Henry Posset, Martin.
Oh, well, have you? Oh, right. Is there any particular reason for breaking it off with Henry Posset?
I suppose the reason was you, Martin.
Oh, I see. Oh. Well, thank you.
You know, you just sit like Reggie with your feet straight out in front of you like that.
Oh, really?
But he always sat at the other end of the settee.
Oh, did he? Oh, that is an amazing coincidence, yes, yes. Mind you, I'm not surprised. When we shared rooms together, he always used to... Did he tell you we shared rooms together?
No.
No, that's odd, because we did. We shared rooms together. And in those days, we always used to sit at opposite ends of the settee to each other. Just as well, really, otherwise we'd been sitting on top of each other. Well, was Reggie sort of restless sort of chap? Did he walk around the room a lot?
Not much.
No, not like me, because I do a lot of restless walking around the room. Yes. Darling, I don't criticise Reggie's taste in any way, but I must say I'm not over-enamoured with these paintings of the Algarve.
It's amazing, isn't it, that you've lived in Brazil for so long, but you still recognise the Algarve.
Yes. There is a reason for that, Elizabeth. I had a letter from Reggie in which he said, I think I can remember his almost his exact words. I've just bought another awful painting of the Algarve, painted by my doctor.
Dentist.
Dentist, that's it, dentist, that's right. Yes, that's it, yes.
Did he tell you where the lavatory was as well?
What?
Well, just Just now, when you went to the lavatory, you seemed to know where it was.
Yes, he did. I think it was the same letter. It may have been another letter. I'm not absolutely sure. But I remember he said, I must stop writing now, Martin. I've got to go to the loo, which incidentally is at the top of the stairs on the right. He seemed obsessed with letting me know the layout of the whole house. Yes. Perhaps he was short of news. Yes, that was probably it. Why don't you sit here?
This is nice.
Yes, just like the old day. just like having old Reggie, is it? For you, is it?
Do you know, I don't feel a bit guilty about Henry Posset. Hmm? But I do feel guilty about Reggie.
No, he mustn't. He wouldn't mind.
How can you tell?
Well, of course I can't, but I'm sure he would not. Let me tell you this, Elizabeth. If I were Reggie, which of course I'm not, and I were standing in this room at this very moment, I think I'd be very proud to see how much you had loved him.
Yes, I did love him. And now I love you, Martin. Is that terrible?
No, of course not, darling. Elizabeth.
Yes?
Will you marry me?
But you can't marry Mum, Dad. It'd be bigamy.
It can't be bigamy. I'm the same man both times.
Yes, but Mum doesn't know that. It's bigamy as far as she's concerned.
It isn't bigamy as far as anybody's concerned.
Look, Mum will find out it's you. You can't hide that sort of thing from your own wife. I must say, I think you're behaving very irresponsibly.
So what about your mother? She shouldn't be falling in love with me so soon after my death. It's very flattering, but it is a bit of an insult.
What will you do for money?
I'll get a job. If I don't, I'll live off your mother. I left her enough.
Haven't you any pride?
Look, darling, it's my money. I earned it. Now, listen, Linda, look, seriously, darling, look. Things weren't working out properly. This way they may. Why don't you wish me luck?
I do, Dad. I do.
Thanks. But I won't take you downstairs. Miss Pershaw might get the wrong idea. Right?
Okay.
She's young enough to be your daughter. Riff raff.
Well, you've certainly led a very varied and exciting life.
Yes, thank you, darling.
Do you know, you haven't told me anything at all about your parents, Martin.
Oh, my God. It's not easy for me to talk about them, darling.
Oh, try.
Yes, I'll try. My father was an anthropologist. He was killed in Turkey. His mule was struck by lightning in the Dardanelles.
How dreadful.
Yes. And when my mother heard the news, she fainted and broke her neck.
How can you break your neck fainting?
She was standing on the top of the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Well, why do you never speak of them?
We quarrelled, you see, darling. I didn't speak to my parents for 8 years. About 8 years.
Awful. Did you make it up?
Yes, I made it. Yes, I made it all up.
Did you ever have other women?
There was only one, darling. She was the daughter of an osteopath in Harrogate. She was sucked down before my very eyes in the mangrove swamps of the Amazon River.
You've had your share of tragedy.
Yes, one soldier's arm, darling.
Do you have any pictures of any of them?
No, none at all. No pictures, no family trophies of any kind. No, absolutely none. No, they were all burnt in a gas mains explosion in Chorlton-cum-Hardy.
Tragedies all over the world.
Yes.
Where did you say your father was killed?
Yes. Where did I say that? I find it very painful to keep going over this, if you don't mind.
Yes, try to forget all
Yes,
that.
I've forgotten it already, darling, yes. One look at you and it's gone right out of my head. It's as though none of it had ever happened.
Would you be happy to live here?
Oh, yes, darling, yes. In a funny way, you know, Reggie's taste and mine were very similar.
Yes, you're alike in so many ways.
Oh, eh?
Yes.
Are we really?
And yet, deep down, you're very different.
Oh, how do you know?
Oh, feminine intuition?
No, I think we're probably more alike than you think.
No, we
I'm
women
sorry,
have
I'm
a
sorry,
sixth
darling.
sense
I think I know
about these things.
Well, I won't argue, darling. Why should I argue? Lovely wife, lovely new home. All I need now is a job.
Oh, yes, I meant to tell you. I've heard about a job that might suit you.
Oh.
Come in. Ah, nice to see you, Mr. Windpipe.
Ah, new chairs, I see.
Yeah. How do you know?
No, I didn't know. They just look new.
You're right. Very observant. The old ones used to make an embarrassing noise. Do sit down.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's rich. I get new chairs because of the noise, and they make the same noise. In the old days, that would have made me very angry. Not anymore. Life's too short. I'm going to come straight to the point. Cigar?
No, thank you, sir.
I could have sworn your name was Windpipe.
No, that was a mistake, sir.
Good. Splendid. Glad to hear it. Where was I?
You were coming straight to the point, CJ.
Yeah. I like you, Melvin. I like the fact that you come from Mexico. Uncluttered with preconceptions about British industry. Are you sure your name wasn't Windpipe?
Absolutely, Sir J.
I've got a job for you.
Well, that's very nice of you, Sir J, but I'm not very keen on the grind of office life. I have rather tried to stay away from that.
No. Nothing like that. I know what you mean. There's not much fun, you know, in a job like mine.
You amaze me.
I didn't get where I am today without knowing there's no fun in getting where I am today. Let me tell you this, Melville. Our overall sales last month across the whole spectrum were down 0.3%.
As usual.
What?
Is that usual? I'm very sorry to hear it.
Oh, I couldn't care less myself. What's business all about? Profits, don't you believe it? Products, pull another one. It's about happiness. I'm setting up a foundation to make the employees happy.
Ah, how will you do that?
How will you do it, you mean, since you're going to run it? Do you know who opened my eyes to all this?
Reggie Perrin?
Right.
Good God.
Now, would you please send her in, Marion dear, if it's not too much trouble? I want you to meet your secretary.
Oh, thank you, Sir J. Wonder who I'll get. Be rather fun having a new secretary. It's the same secretary.
Melvin, I want you to meet Joan Greengross. Joan, this is your new boss, Melvin Washday.
Hello.
It's Martin Wellborn, actually.
Do sit down.
Thank you, Sir J.
I hope I enjoy working for you as much as I enjoyed working for Mr. Perrin.
No, thank you, Miss Green. You enjoyed working for Mr. Perrin, did you?
Oh, very much. I only hope you find me satisfactory.
Oh, yes. I'm sure I'll find you very satisfactory.
Good, good. I'm sorry to bother you again, Marion dear, but could you send him in? Your departmental head. You will be entirely independent, but you will, of course, be responsible to him.
I see. I think.
Tony, come on in. Now, let me introduce Mr.
Martin Wellborn.
Great.
Nice to meet you.
Great. New chairs, Tony.
Great.
Do sit down.
I think I preferred him the way he was before.
Now, Tony, will you fill Melvin in with our plans?
Thank you, CJ. Well, we're setting up a foundation to make the employees happy. There have been some terrible mistakes. There was a disastrous scheme to sell exotic ices. Ludicrous. People got depressed.
Poor Reggie. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all right now.
You're sure?
Tell me, CJ, have we found a name for the foundation?
I didn't get where I am today without naming it the Reginald Perrin Memorial Foundation.
Great.
Super.
Now, I'd just like to say a few words. As you all know, we're gathered here today because I have decided... Oh, dear, what am I saying? I'll get into trouble. Martin and I have decided... Come here, Martin. He's shy. You know, I think Martin's very brave to marry me. He's very brave to marry into all of you lot. And he hasn't even met my mother yet. You all know Martin. He was a friend of Reggie's.
Yes.
And I'm sure if Reggie was alive today, he'd be glad that... Oh, no, because if Reggie was alive,
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to... Oh, dear, what am I saying? Oh, let's all have a drink.
Yes.
Bravo.
Here we are, Father.
Bravo! She calls you father.
Yes, half the battle's won. Yes, the other half could prove stickier.
Yeah. Storm cones hoisted.
Yes, quite. Yes. Do you mind if I join you, Mark?
No.
Well, cheers. Good health.
Cheers.
Yes.
Look, Martin, this is no skin off my nose, right? But I think you ought to know this. She's marrying you to relive her life with Father. I mean, you know, it's just a word of advice.
Oh, thank you very much.
Right. Yes, well, I suppose I'd bet you're blowing. Cheers.
Go now, Mark.
No, really, no, I'm a scarper. Oh, Stardom course, didn't I tell you? I've got a part in a new film. Yeah, I play a man who's been turned into a pig by a mad scientist. I've got to go home and learn me grunts. I'll see you.
I'm going to go and make some coffee. Will you help me?
Oh, I'll make it, Squirtle Bonds. I love making coffee. I'm a coffee person.
Mum and I'll make it, won't you, Mum?
Oh, I see. Chinwag time. Planning something secretly. Well, off you go. No one's noticed a thing, have we, Martin?
No, we haven't noticed a thing, Jimmy.
All right, Linda, what is it?
Surely you know what it is. You must have realised, Mum.
No, what?
About Martin.
What about him?
He's not what he seems.
Do you mean he has a past? How thrilling.
I knew straight away. I can't see...
what is it? Did he have 5 wives?
Oh, don't be silly, Mum.
Oh, he's not Martin Borman, is he?
No. And he's not Martin Wellborn either. Mum, he's Dad. He's Reggie.
Oh, yes, I knew that. What? Yeah, well, you can fool some of the people some of the time. You can even fool all the people all the time. But you can't fool a wife.
Well, I do think you might have told them all before tonight.
Oh, I'm not going to tell them tonight.
Well, when are you going to tell them then?
I'm not. Never.
Never? But you've got to.
Linda, Reggie wasn't very happy as Reggie. He seems much happier as Martin Wellborn.
But it's a lie.
Yes, I know, but it's fun, isn't it?
Mum,
don't look so shocked. Why are children always so boringly strict about their parents? Would you do me out of my wedding day? My second honeymoon? Come on, bring that earwig in. Earwig? Tray, earwig, Perrin, Wellborn. What does it matter what we call things? Come on.
There we are.
Everything all right, is it? Oh, good. I must say, this is jolly nice. I really feel as if I've known you all such a long time.
Do you really, dear? How nice.
That's what it's all about, people. I'm a person.
Of course you are, Tom.
Oh, don't bother with the coffee, darling. Let's have some more champagne,
Oh,
shall we?
I've got a better idea. I've got a bottle of fig wine in the boot.
He's got a better idea. He's got a bottle of fig wine in the boot.
Tom, you've forgotten the keys. Oh, he's such a forgetfulness person. Uncle Jimmy.
Oh. Excuse me. Smallest room. Must be the thought of fig wine. Funny chap, Johnny Psychology.
Hello?
Hello.
I was just thinking, darling, we could go over and see your mother this weekend, if you like. Hmm?
Yes, that'd be nice.
Is everything all right, darling?
Oh, yes. I've never felt righter.
Oh.
Martin,
Yes, darling.
I've completely forgotten Reggie ever existed.
Good. Good.